beat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon Lee's got the soul to show you. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire.
Well, hello. You, welcome in to another edition of Braylon's Virtual Tour Live. Glad to have all you here in the building with me. A lot going on upon today, yes indeed. I saw this article earlier this morning, and I thought it was quite interesting because, as you know, we talk about the creator economy over here quite often, right? And I've been speaking about how, I am able to take different brands and incorporate them into theme parks and to different businesses, right? I've pitched many different concepts. I think one of the biggest ones was when I combined Toys R Us and Chuck's Arcade into one location, to the point where the chief marketing officer of Chuck E. Cheese responded to my live stream, right? And so when I saw this article from the Hollywood Reporter, I was like, this is very interesting because it talks about Pillsbury. And for those of you who remember my Disney hotel live stream that I did, where I took some Disney hotels from Disney World and rebranded some of them. Some of them I rebranded with a brand infusion. Other ones I branded with a brand, and one of them was the Pop Century Hotel, right, with Pillsbury, right? I did that, and it was the only, hotel resort, what have you, where you could get Pillsbury crescent rolls and cinnamon rolls and anything else from Pillsbury for all 7 days of your vacation. It was a great concept. And so when I saw this article, I was like, okay, let's really have a conversation on this thing, right? Shout out to the 3 people here. Thank you so much. Let's get to it because higher is waiting, low is available. But either way, we got to go on tour. Yes, indeed, we do. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And then there is, hey, everybody, welcome in. Glad to have all of you here. So in order to get this thing started, we're going to talk about Disney, right? Because Disney is, my God, a brand upon itself, right? So let's get to that first. And then we're going to get to the article from the Hollywood Reporter here. So here we go. From CNBC.com here, Disney's new parks boss outlines investment strategy with super fans at the forefront, right? So key points here, the new Disney Experiences chairman, Thomas Maslam, says his strategy is balancing the needs of his most ardent park goers with his less frequent visitors. This includes focusing on large-scale park expansions to draw in new guests and smaller, more immediate updates for annual pass holders. These efforts are already paying off, Maslam said, touting the company's recent fiscal third quarter, in which the Experiences division posted record quarterly revenue. Now, you need to recognize that Disney's revenue for the whole company is their theme parks. 70% of the company's whole revenue is the theme parks. It's not from the movies. It's not from TV. It's not from merchandising. It's not from the tours. It's not from anything else. The theme parks are 70% of Disney's revenue, and this is going to lead us into the article from the Hollywood Reporter here. As you can see, that is the Yeti there, making a return to Expedition Everest. It's not every day that a live crowd goes wild for an animatronic Yeti, but the audience at Disney's D23 Expo isn't just any old crowd. It and its superfans are central to Disney's strategic park investments, some $60 billion planned over a decade. We are bringing the Yeti back to life, Thomas Maslam, chairman of Disney Experiences, announced to 12,000 Disney Park fans Saturday night during the division showcase in Anaheim, California. The resurrection he was referencing is within the Expedition Everest attraction at Walt Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park. Since 2006, the ride's Yeti has been stationary. At the time the figure was unveiled, it was the largest and most complex animatronic that Walt Disney Imagineering had ever built. But after only a few months, it broke. Its isolation within the finished ride made it difficult to fix, so Imagineers placed the machine in B mode with a strobe light effect, in which a strobe light effect was used to give the illusion of movement. The broken animatronic has since become affectionately known as Disco Yeti. Now it's getting a second life. Maslam, who became Parks chief after Josh Damar was appointed Disney CEO, announced the Yeti repair, as well as the return of fan favorite characters Dreamfighter and Figment in Florida and an overhaul of Tomorrowland in California to some of Disney's most ardent fans on Saturday. It's a sentinel of where the company plans to put its focus for the blockbuster Disney Experiences unit, made up of theme parks, cruise lines, and consumer goods sales. As Disney expands its reach, it will need to lean on its most loyal attendees and biggest spenders to counter microeconomic uncertainties and challenging travel trends. It may not sound like a big thing, but something like the Yeti or Figment, or being really serious about Tomorrowland, they mean a lot to people because they grew up with these stories, Maslam told CNBC. They're small, they're immediate, but they're meaningful, he added, a balancing act. For Maslam, the focus of his tenure as head of the Disney Experiences division will be about balancing the company's massive expansion plans, new lands and area overhauls based on popular intellectual property meant to attract the less frequent out-of-state and international visitors, with more targeted updates and upgrades that annual pass holders and more regular attendees want to see. Our job is to listen carefully and then find the way to harmonize the different needs and wants. He said the simplest way to frame it is, I'm really focused on making sure we put our fans and the consumer and the guests into the center of our decision making, he said. Maslam said these efforts are already paying off. The company's recent fiscal third quarter earnings report, in which the Experiences division posted nearly $10 billion in revenue. $10 billion in revenue. $10 billion in revenue. A 10% jump from the same quarter a year prior and a quarterly record. So this is going to be Cars Ridge Run Rally. As you can see there, so these are all geysers here. So all this will be actual water, which is going to be amazing. I think the biggest thing that people are kind of worried about is it does rain. So because this is an outdoor attraction, how is that going to work, right? I believe the results are at the end of doing something right at the beginning, and that is really putting the fans in the center of our attention. He said that's why, despite some, other companies reporting different results, we're doing extremely well in Florida. We're doing very well here in California because we listen carefully and we really respond to the right consumer at the right time. Last month, rival Comcast report lags in theme park attendance, particularly in Orlando, Florida, and yet at Disney domestic park attendance was up 3% and guest spending rose 4%. Now, if you're thinking 3%, 4% is big, it's not that big. It's not. It's just not. Disney has a fan base that goes beyond comprehension, right? And when you have that big of a fan base, you will always have consistency in being able to have that audience. Like I said on, like I said on the Friday show when we talked about the movies and TV, the real challenge here is this. Can Disney create something new without forgetting its history, right? And they proved that with the movies and TV showcase. But then on Saturday, the question was, they did with movies and TV, but can they create that same energy in the theme parks in a way that is going to make the fans feel secure, but also excited? I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what I said. But feel excited about what's to come. And for a lot of people, right? For example, Orange Grove 55, and many others, right? They wanted details, right? If you paid attention to the iridescent bouncing ball, um, it was not going to be that type of D23. It just was not. Um, with us here at BFB Imagineering, the hardest part for us is not really so much the concept, right? Like, for example, Spindlewood Station, the village of Spindlewood Station that I pitched here live on YouTube. That was done in a day, right? But I also found the inch that I could take to make that a mile. The most difficult thing in pitching something to an audience is, how do you balance out facts with it being entertaining, right? So with the mechanic of the Carousel Progress being the way that the announcements came about, it gave the fans a compass, right, to be able to follow along, right? Here's the direction we're going for, here, there, and everywhere, right? And so if you look at the Horizons presentation, it actually was a win, because a lot of Disney fans said, okay, I am so done. Y'all are doing all these, live action remakes, y'all taking out the rides that, I grew up on, this, that, and third. And, for some Disney fans, they felt secure, right? Saturday night, right? I think the only one that's a little bit, how do I put this? The only one that really seems like the attraction that people are really apprehensive about is Spaceship Earth, right? Because you're going from the evolution of communication to now the evolution of human connection, right? And I think the only thing I can think, I said this to Phil Florentin today, that they're probably changing it from telephones and tablets and, pagers and things of that energy to, how cavemen and women hanged out, all the way up to what we do today, right? So, like I said, we have to see, but nonetheless, I do think Disney understood the assignment was to stabilize the fan base, fan service the fans, and not to mention to make sure that the fans felt seen, heard, and embraced, rather. So the company attributed strong attendance to its Cool Kid Summer promotion, which featured kid-focused character meet and greets, dance parties, and air-conditioned hangout spots, as well as free water park admission on check-in day for guests at Disney resorts. I think the air-conditioned hangout spots would be greatly welcomed throughout the year, not just for Cool Kid Summer Disney, but that's neither here nor there. Disney also refreshed and reimagined park attractions like Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, and the Muppets themed Rock and Roller Coaster. Driving attendance with intellectual property. Next up is the refurbishment of the Carousel Progress, which is expected to be completed in late spring of 2027, and the opening of Monsters Inc. themed land. Monsters Inc. themed Metropolis land, also set for 2027. In the meantime, Disney continues working on its Adventures Campus expansion at Disney's California Adventure, its new Villains Land, the retheming of Frontierland featuring the Cars franchise, as well as the new Tropical Americas Land, among other long-term projects. And then here is the new show for Monstropolis. It's a new stage show, right? So there it is there. That will be in the Globe, right? A parody of the Globe, Shakespeare's The Globe Theater, right? Disney's portfolio of intellectual property has been the bedrock of its theme park since the very first location opened its doors, and that library of content has only grown in recent decades. The company has a vast wealth of stories and characters to tap into in order to entice park goers. While these new lands and rethemed attractions are designed for all future Disney park visitors, these additions predominantly act as a beacon to those who don't travel as often to the company's resorts and parks. They offer a fresh reason for out-state and international guests to book a trip. The percentage of people that go to Shanghai Disneyland just to go to Zootopia Land is very, very high. Then CEO Bob Iger said during the company's fiscal first quarter earnings report in February. Rewarding loyal park goers. Equally important are the guests that frequent Disney parks more often. These attendees have some of the strongest emotional attachment to the parks and more purchasing opportunities when it comes to merchandise and concessions. These park goers enjoy the new marquee expansions, but it's not only the driver for their visits to the parks, but those who visit annually or several times during the year are deeply passionate about the live shows, character meet and greets, holiday food specials, seasonal festivals, and parades and nighttime spectaculars that these parks provide. So there is the world of color right there. The OG show is coming back to Disney's California Adventure, and that is at Pixar Pier there. On Saturday, Disney revealed the return of two fan favorite nighttime spectaculars. Let me see if I can do this right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, just a few moments, the rivers of America will light up for Remember, Dreams Come True, presented by Honda. There it is there. A fireworks show at Disneyland, and the original World of Color at California Adventure and the Magic Campus Parade will also be making a comeback at Disneyland. This new set of announcements demonstrate that Disney is listening to what the fans want, said Gavin Doyle, founder of MickeyVisit.com. The reaction in the room was cheering and thunderous applause. People feel like Disney hears what they've been asking for. So there is that there. Now, you probably are wondering, what does this have to do with, brands in Hollywood, right? You think about what Thomas Maslam said, right? Putting fans and what they want at the heart of their decision making, right? It is using that as a guide and also bringing in resources to make sure that you guys are able to creatively and operationally execute it in a fashion that works out for you, but also too that the fans also feel respected in every regard, right? So that's how this article relates to that. Now, Tom from WDW News Today has this to say. Tom's D23 fandom rant. You got the Yeti, Dreamfire, Tomorrowland, Spaceship Earth. What more do you want? Here we go from Tom Corliss, everybody, right here. I have seen a tremendous number of social media posts expressing disappointment, and I would say unnecessary disappointment in the park's presentation at this year's D23, the Ultimate Disney Fan Event. This rant, however, is not about the presentation. This rant is about Disney fandom. By the way, you have to be really bold to wear a Figment hat, Tom. Very well done, good sir. And look at the magic mirror. Oh, my God, right there. Woo, what a face. I'd say that with love, grace, and space magic mirror, of course. I started this website in 2007 as I gained a persona, and people came to know me in this community, especially about the mid-2010s and into the 2020s. I became known as the negative guy, the guy who hates everything. People made up stories about me, and there's still lots of people who don't like me, dirty looks in public for whatever reason. What rubs me the wrong way today is seeing the fandom adopting that negative persona that people felt I was for many years, particularly this weekend. Particularly when this weekend was clearly a rare moment in which almost everyone got what they wanted. There's the Yeti there. I have been to nearly 3D23, and there were rightful complaints at the end of all of them. However, this was a year where we got so many incredible details on the projects that are coming up that have already been announced, along with the huge announcements that we have yearned for, like Disneyland's Tomorrowland. If you're a true Disney Parks fan, you should be able to find joy or happiness in that at least one of the announcements made at D23, the Ultimate Disney Fan Event 2026, such as the Yeti at Everest being fixed, the return Dreamfinder and Figment, a reimagined Journey into Imagination attraction, a new Tomorrowland for Disneyland, the original Space Balance de la Tour a la Noon, coming back to Paris, or even the spaceship Earth reimagining finally happening. Patrick Harris, he did his thing. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. If you're not, if you're not one of those things mentioned, if not one of those things rather mentioned above speaks to you, then you're not one of us. I'm sorry, you're just not. And don't come after me with this is for some that this is some sort of gatekeeping, because it isn't. If the biggest complaints of 20 plus years of being addressed is incredibly silly to be upset with where we are going, or to claim that this event was somehow disappointment. If anything is disappointing, it's that these things, which were the most wanted for decades, aren't enough for you. If you're a Disneyland fan, that Tomorrowland news should be earth-shattering. If you're a Walt Disney World fan, either the Yeti or the Dreamfinder and Figment should be tremendous news for you. And obviously, if you're a Disneyland Paris fan, you're getting what you've always wanted. And so I'm happy for you once again to enjoy Space Mountain rather, as Imagineers first intended. And there is Tomorrowland there. And then there's the spaceship refurbishment finally happening. I saw people complain about that. They're going to ruin Spaceship Earth. The current ending is just black currants, triangles, and a jib-jab video, and they're going to ruin that. Are you okay? The absolute worst version of Spaceship Earth is the current one of the four of them. And it is not arguable in any way, shape, or form, because it literally doesn't have a second half. The next chapter begins, and this is all they showed. Nothing more, nothing less, right? Kudos to Thomas Maslam, chairman of Disney Experiences, as it's called now. He has cemented himself already as the real deal for the fans. Every Imagineer I've spoken to this week has said nothing but the most glowingly positive things about Maslam. I'm excited to see where he takes these special places we love so dearly next. The more I've talked to Thomas, the more I've seen he's genuine in what he says and that he cares. Over half the people that have held this job in my lifetime were the total opposites. So as long as these projects are carried out, he'll have accomplished more positively in one night than most of them did in their entire tenures. There's Thomas Maslam right there. And don't get me wrong, his number one job is financial. His number one job is to make money for this company. But I think he's smart enough to know and understand that what some of his predecessors did not. There's a lot of money in the people. The people like us who love this place and come back time after time and buy all the merchandise and stay in the hotels and renew their annual pass every year. And there's Josh tomorrow saying hi to the fans on the floor, which I gotta give Josh credit. I have reamed Josh, I have reamed Disney, I have reamed the Imagineers, but from what I've been able to see, it seems like there is a new Disney decade or Discade on the horizon. And I think within everything that has been said, talked about, and has been shared, I think the passion of Disney fans is very strong, which is a blessing and a curse. But it just means that people still care. If people didn't care, no one would be talking about this, right? Clearly, under Josh Tomorrow's leadership, they have put together the right people at parks and resorts. There are some of these executives where the verdict is still out, since they are very new. Since they are still very new in their roles, but the leadership above them certainly seems to be putting things in the right direction. In a short conversation with Joe Charlotte, the new president of Walt Disney World Resort, I found a realistic and assuring outlook on where things are headed for the Florida property, and look forward to seeing what he and his team can do for our home parks. And there is Horizons, the D23 Disney Community Showcase there, and you see all the castles all around the world there. Very nice. After what had felt like so many years of darkness and despair for the places and art, and the art form we hold so dearly, I find myself so far more optimistic than I've ever been. If the most negative man to ever live can feel this way right now, what's your problem? And I fully agree with the one and only Tom Corliss. And you're probably wondering, how does this relate, right? Because when you see Pillsbury, right, with a studio, when you see the Gap with a studio, right, when you see, for example, let's just say, when you see Sharpie, right, with a studio. You're thinking like, why would Sharpie have a studio? Well, Sharpie is all about creativity, right? And writing what can be and, color, right? When you think about, for example, B-Dubs, right? Buffalo Wild Wings. Imagine they came out with a studio. What could they do? Beer, wings, sports, right? So they could talk about, they could have food content. They could have alcohol content, the behind the scenes of making beer and wine and whiskey and everything in between. They can also have sports content, right? So it's all done in a fashion that is able to showcase the brand being more than just what they normally do, right? The product or service is an ancillary way for you to get to know them and they get to know you. But the studio is a companion piece to what they do, right? So with that being said, let's now get to the Hollywood Reporter article. Here we go, everybody. There is the Pillsbury Doughboy right there. The Pillsbury Doughboy is coming for Hollywood. Studios may be trapped, but big brands are rolling in dough. How companies from The Gap and to General Mills are luring A-list talent and keeping an ailing industry afloat. Now, remember, when we talked about the economy of Hollywood, 70% of sound stages in Hollywood are empty right now. 70% of sound stages in Hollywood are empty right now. 70% of sound stages in Hollywood are empty right now. Now, you got to think about this, right? Movies and TV shows, they have been moving out of Hollywood because other places are giving tax credits, right? Marvel, I believe they moved from Georgia to the United Kingdom to overseas. MasterChef, they have moved overseas as well. Canada has been rolling in production for the longest time, right? So when you think about all the factors that happen with that, you think about the rising cost of everything in the United States of America. You think about the presidents that everybody else voted for and the administration that everybody else allowed name. Think about his supporters that have conditioned the environment where international travel is down very badly. It has hurt Disney World. It has hurt Universal. It has hurt all Vegas. It has hurt the United States of America. That people don't want to come here because they feel like they can either be deleted by ICE or they can be, captured by border agents. And that is a sad, pathetic, and disgraceful tragedy that should never be happening. Let's continue on. And also, too, y'all, in addition to all that, right, you also got to think about with California, right? California has some of the highest taxes in the world, right? And also, too, you got to think about the permit game where you could have, 3 to 4 locations in one permit. Now you have to pay you have to pay a permit for each location that you do, right? And also, too, in that same token, some people have evolved from, wanting to be in Hollywood to now not wanting to be in Hollywood, right? So I think about the Olympics that will be happening in 2028, right, in Los Angeles. And so, we talked about the big news about the Warner Brothers Ranch that will be having, doing the production duties, right? How can I put it? The Warner Brothers Ranch will be the home of all the production operations for the Olympics in LA in 2028. So let's continue on here. Here we go. Brian Glazer first recalled that advertising and entertainment were colliding after a meeting with General Electric CEO Jim Elmont a decade ago. Elmont had approached the mega producer about having Imagine Entertainment create some TV spots from the conglomerate, but Glazer said he wasn't inspired by the idea. He said, "I want to be that feeling like you get, to be like the feeling you get watching Apollo 13." Glazer recalled representing the 1996 Oscar-winning drama directed by his managing partner Ron Howard. I said, "I understand that's what you like, but it just doesn't do it." Glazer understandably was skeptical Imagine was in the film and TV business, not the ad business. Okay. But the producer says he has always had fascination with the founders that sparked the idea. It was an anthology series inspired by Thomas Edison and the light bulb. GE loved it. It wasn't an ad, it was something better. Entertainment program that met Imagine's bar for quality and had the added benefit of bringing a little shine to General Electric in the process. The Nat Geo series Breakthrough, which would count the conglomerate as a producing partner alongside Imagine. While GE had notes, General Electric had notes, the Imagine team worked through it all to get over the line. The show would help spark a new and growing business line, Imagine Brands, which has now worked with companies like Nike, The Day Sports Stood Still, Ford, John Bronco, Coca-Cola, Christmas Miles Away, and is hard at work. Now on yet to be revealed projects from Elon Musk's SpaceX. Razor isn't the only one to have seen the light. Now, you see there that Toyo is making its own ET moment. Everybody knows that iconic movie with Drew Barrymore, right? So let's continue on here. Across Hollywood, a new status quo has emerged. Advertising is entertainment, and major companies and brands are thinking hard about how to present themselves to customers, learning a thing or two from the major studios. In the process, it's a full circle moment in ways. In the early days of television, the line between advertising and entertainment were blurry as best. Just look for clips on YouTube from the Colgate Comedy Hour, the Texaco Star Theater, or the Gillette Cavalcade of Sports. Over the ensuing decades, however, advertising has become something anathema to Hollywood. And if you don't know how soap operas came to be, they were sponsored by soap companies. That's why they were called soap operas. P&G Studios is a production partner with Beyond the Gates. You remember when CBS Studios and NAACP made a pact to create content for all of Paramount Skydance, right? So if you understand the moves that are happening around you, you'll understand what you're seeing in front of you. If you understand the moves that are happening around you, you'll understand what you're seeing in front of you. If you understand the moves that are happening around you, you'll understand what you're seeing in front of you. I'm going to show you something here. And this was one of the greatest. This is one of the greatest game shows on TV. And I just want you guys to see the intro here. Okay, so here we go. Let's do this. Now, for those of you who may not remember this show, right? This show was on The Hub. The Hub was a kids network in partnership with Discovery and Hasbro, right? So here we go.
Tonight, we're playing the games you love to play with your family in a whole new way. Boggle, Connect 4, Sorry, Cranium, and Bop It. The games are bigger, the stakes are larger, and moments are priceless. Right now on Family Game Night. And now, here's your host, Todd Newton.
Thank you, guys, and thank you for being here. Welcome to Family Game Night. This is it. This is where all of your favorite games are about to come to life right here on our stage. What a great group. It's all happening right now. Hey, it's time to find out who is going to be playing these games. Let's say hello to Mackenzie's family.
So this was basically every Hasbro game that you can think of coming to life in a game show format. I have been wanting Hasbro to bring this back, but bring it back as Hasbro's squad game night, because games are better with best friends. Imagine me and three of my best friends going on with versus another squad. Or if you are a person who you're the only person that wants to go on, they can match you with other people, and then y'all could go play on Hasbro Squad Game Night and, walk away with $75,000, which, by the way, if I divide $75,000 divided by 4, that's $18,000, right? $750 per person, right? So, but yeah, so and I've submitted 14 pitches to NBC Universal, right? Some of them, and I'm just going to look at my, I'm going to look at my Google Docs right now and just see here. But you know what? I know what I need to do. I need to go to my slides. That's not it either. Now, let me go Canva. Sorry, y'all. Just trying to see something. Give me a moment. Because in those 14 ideas that I submitted, I did utilize some brands. I did. I'm trying to look here now. So I had one. I'm trying to count them all. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I had about 3 of them be, branded content or entertainment, marketing, unscripted shows. And I'm not going to say what they are, but I know which one I really, really, really want NBC Universal to pick up. And if they pick up that show, I promise you it is going to change everything you know about reality TV. That's all I can say. I cannot say any more than that. But sincerely, for me going into my head here and to come up with 14 different shows, first of all, you have to know that took time, energy, and commitment. Took all the time, energy, and a commitment to making those happen. Number 2, I did study the landscape and thought to myself, well, there has to be more to television than just the traditional plug and play of a dating show or a game show or a interview show or a live event. What's that inch, to use my methodology? What's the inch that is not being seen, heard, and embraced? How can I stretch that to make it a mile, right? To expand the tent of how people can see entertainment. So there it is. Let's keep going here. It paid the bill, sure, but star talent shielded away from participating outside a handful of money grabs in foreign markets like Japan and Italy. Rather, now, however, the brands are back with a vengeance, and they have buy-in from every part of the industry. Though everyone involved, from the brand managers to the actors, need to weigh the trade-offs of participating. I think brands now know what they know and know what they don't know, which is even more important, says William Morris Endeavor, head of entertainment marketing, Liz Walsick. Adds George Dewey, co-founder of the studio Maximum Effort, alongside Ryan Reynolds, who has also been in the forefront of brand storytelling. Brands are in a transitional period. Even as recently as 4 or 5 years ago, you could spend $20 million on TV and have a brand campaign with tremendous impact. Now the only place where all the watching something live together at the same time and having that collective experience is sports, and it's getting so expensive, $20 million doesn't go as far as it used to. So brands are responding by launching in-house studios, while many small and mid-sized film and TV production companies are leaning into brand entertainment to keep business going, even as Hollywood writ large is in something of a lull. Film and TV production has declined throughout much of the United States, and Los Angeles has been hit particularly hard. And in a post-peak TV era, the demand for premium content from TV networks and streaming platforms is simply smaller than it was just a few years ago. This is why the NBC Universal launch Unscripted Accelerator was so important, to have access to everyday people who watch TV the most, right? To be able to say, hey, I think I have an idea here that has never been done before, right? So companies in the motion picture and good damn. There we go. Companies in the motion picture and video production space has shed 94,000 jobs. Good Lord Jesus, that is crazy work. 94,000 jobs in the past decade, a decline of 21%. U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics figures show at the peak of peak TV, the sector employed some 289,000 people. Recent employment levels have been about 100,000 lower than the industry's October 2022 high. The agency says the industry is producing nearly 50% fewer shows than it did pre-strikes in 2023, according to data platform Illuminate. But as studios and streamers pull back, major brands are ramping up, hollering. Oh my God, my eye, y'all. Sorry, Jesus Christ. Hiring Hollywood and media veterans for their in-house studios to be more ambitious in their storytelling, even if they ultimately have a product they need to sell. Earlier this year, Gap brought in former Paramount executive Pam Kaufman as his chief entertainment officer, and other major brands across consumer packaged goods, food and beverage, automotive, fashion are launching studios, from Procter & Gamble's P&G Studios to Starbucks Studios, which counts manager and producer Michael Sugar as part of its brain trust, to Kraft Heinz's The Kitchen and Dick's Sporting Goods Cookie Jar, and Dream Studios to Elf Cosmetics, which has hired UEG vet Jennifer Sutherland. Why do I feel like that's United Entertainment Group? What is that? What it is? Yep, United Entertainment Group. That's what I thought. Okay, all right, good. Jennifer Sutherland to lead its entertainment division. While the traditional TV commercial right now might be how marketing started, the canvas has changed, and people's attention spans are in so many places with phones and all the different things, and all the different things that demands and information available at fingertips, says Todd Kaplan, Chief Marketing Officer at Kraft Heinz, right? Multiple sources say that the budgets for these projects can range from the tens of thousands for a raw digital series to north of $50 million for the most star-studded ambitious efforts, particularly if they are planning to launch a major launch off at a major event or like the Super Bowl or World Cup. Sorry, y'all. So this is something that you guys may not know, right? So this is the second year that this has happened, right? So there is the Oscar Weenie 500, right? And this is a real I want you to see this. Okay, here we go. I want you to see this here. Here we go. And this is relating to entertainment marketing. Here we go.
Weenie 500. This is the Oscar Mayer Weenie 500. This isn't your typical backyard barbecue. 14,000 pounds of perfectly seasoned goodness on the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. An icon. Racing on an icon. If you can't handle this heat, this kitchen ain't for you.
We've got smoked buns. It is all on the line. Maxed out. It's going to be close.
Hold on to your buns. This is the Weenie 500.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a thing, right? So basically these weenies here, and y'all know the Wienermobile, right? So these weenies right here, all 6 of these. Let me go back here, right here. So these 6 weenies actually raced around the track, right? So we're going to see just a little bit of this here. Here we go.
Locals are not a fan, and you got to think it's playing in their heads a little bit.
As we get further into this race, the tires start to fall off. These weenies get hard to handle. You got to grab them with both hands and make sure you hang on through these corners because they can really start stepping out and getting away from you.
Do not want to overcook it
that
early.
hot dog is coming out in front?
Sliding out though and having a look. Seattle dog making a move.
You see that there?
Oh! That's a block, Townsend. That's absolutely a block.
That is a dirty wiener. I don't think I can endorse that kind of behavior.
They were buns to buns coming off of 2, and that was not right.
That was not right. That
Well, it
was
killed the momentum. It killed the momentum. And Slaw Dog, your defending champions, making a move. Can they stuff it up the inside?
what a silly sausage. Shido
So as you can see,
loses the
right,
lead.
this was the 2nd annual one, so there is definitely more to come for sure. So, like I said before, if you understand the moves that are happening around you, you'll understand what you're seeing in front of you. Hey, Phil, good to see you, good sir. And I talked with Phil and Florentin about some of my pitches, right? And when I tell you that I made 14 different pitches, let me explain something to you. There was no limit to the NBC Universal competition, right? I could submit as many as I wanted to, but I had to do an individual submission, right? And when it came to the pitch deck, that was up to 10 different slides. So 14 different pitches for, let's see here. So basically, I did 140 slides for 14 different TV show pitches. Okay? That is some crazy ass work. So I just wanted to let you guys know that as these brands recognize that, hey, we can be more than just the product or service that we sell, right? So, and not to mention too, just as a side, I just want to show you this, right? So Buffalo Wild Wings has come out with their throwback menu, right? So here it is here. So you have the throwback sampler, which means you get everything. You get buffalo chips here. You get the hot barbecue bone-in wings. You have the garlic mushrooms. You have the beef or Rex sliders. You have the mini corn dogs, and you have the hot barbecue boneless wings. Now you think about Nathan's hot dogs, right? You think about Nathan's hot dogs. Why in the world has there not been a Buffalo Wild Wings wing-in competition? That's some content. Just saying. So with that being said, let's get back to our article here. Brands trying to reach mass audiences. I would have mastered it in a way through entertainment. It's just another example of how those forces joining and coming together can lead to bigger, greater, and better work, says Walsick. Of course, there are real challenges to this new paradigm. Obviously, they must not have seen my YouTube channel and all the different ways that I have utilized brands to pitch brand new businesses. How I have utilized brands to infuse at Walt Disney World Resort and, Universal Orlando Resort and Disneyland, and also to Universal Studios Hollywood and Six Flags. So, it's only challenging in this new paradigm because they have never had the curiosity, the fortitude, or the or making the space to be able to go from the window to the wall, right? I was trying to think of something else. I can't put this. I'm trying to think how to do it. They have never had the range to be able to understand why honey barbecue matters just as much as blazing matters, right? The reason why Buffalo Wild Wings and wings work out so well for everybody because it is not only shareable food, but there's a flavor for everybody. So being able to showcase through the power of entertainment marketing that, wait a minute, am I really being pitched a product here, or is it good enough where, oh, I'm enjoying the show? Wait a minute, why is this KFC finger licking Good Friday Night Live show entertaining me? Well, it's a 2-hour show with me talking to celebrities, content creators, and everybody else eating on KFC for 2 hours. Why in the world is Braylon doing Dr. Pepper Fanfill Fan Zone Sunday on Fox NFL Sunday? Well, Dr. Pepper has had a relationship with football for a very long time. Also, with that said, I'm trying to think of something else that I could bring up as a brand. Give me a moment. Oh, I got it. McCormick. Right there, McCormick. Why is there a McCormick cook-off on Food Network? Wow, they're using McCormick spices to make food. Like, do you see the entertainment marketing that I'm doing here? I'm just bringing a brand together with a vehicle to showcase that brand. That's literally all entertainment marketing is. Okay, let's continue on. Of course, I already read that. The bar for brand content is in many ways higher than traditional entertainment. Many people enjoy trashy TV shows like Love Island, but they find trashy advertising to be, well, just trashy. Sorry, I double spoke there. Every one of our clients realizes that, generally speaking, consumers don't love ads, says Dave Anderson, an executive at United Talent Agency's brand advisor group. They don't love watching ads. They don't love being interrupted by ads. So the brand has to be incorporated within the context of entertainment in order for it to be a full-blown ad. Now, of course, we all know who this is. This is the Columbia Pictures woman in a Lego form, right? So, okay, all right, just saying. For many large companies, that means their ambitions are getting bigger too. Be they General Mills, owner of Pillsbury and Betty Crocker, or a Mazda. General Mills, for example, will debut a high-profile campaign starring Shaquille O'Neal focused on his Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Lucky Charms, Reese's Puff, and Honey Nut Cheerios cereal brand starring September 1st, with the NBA star awarding some lucky buyers of the company's prizes that includes gold bars, actual gold bars, that's pretty cool, or a Honey Nut Cheerios hot tub. So like a branded hot tub, and the hot tub is yours to keep. So that's kind of cool. In July, the grocery store chain Albertsons partnered with Procter & Gamble on a scripted series called Rico's Tacos, a lighthearted show about a family building a taco business using P&G products along the way. Prada turned to Barry Jenkins to direct the short film highlighting the luxury houses fall and winter 2026 collection. And on July 22nd, Lavazza, which is a coffee brand, by the way, launched a digital short series directed by Francesca Scorsese, starring herself and her dad, exploring New York City while drinking espresso, of course. That's what it's all about, says Martin Scorsese. Lifted his Lavazza espresso cup in the Family Blend series. The show was inspired by Francesca Scorsese's TikTok, where she posts fun videos often with her father, showing off their family dynamic. If you're in this business, you watch his movies, you appreciate what he's about, you appreciate his cinematic excellence, says Drew Buckley, president and chief operating officer of Propgate Content, which produced the series. Now to see this new version of him on TikTok was always interesting, but to see his love for Francesca, that's the number one dynamic you see. Now, I want to bring up something real quick, because Propgate Entertainment, right? They were supposed to do something. long time ago. And I'm still waiting on it. Here it is right here from Deadline.com. Uno the Game Show in works for Mattel and Propgate and Let's Make a Deal showrunner John Quinn. Okay, all right, here we go. Card game Uno is set to be adapted as a television game show after toy company Mattel teamed up with Propgate Entertainment and Let's Make a Deal showrunner John Quinn. The Uno game show is part of a slate of unscripted shows being developed by Mattel Television, the production arm for the toy manufacturer. Entertainment marketing, ladies and gentlemen. Mattel Television is best known for producing series such as Thomas and Friends and Netflix's Barbie Princess Adventure, as well as Master of the Universe series. It is the latest attempt to turn the card game into a television series after Mattel had previously partnered with the Duran Company in 2013. Give me a moment, y'all. This thing is going to trip. Oh, see, you see how technology works now? Give me a moment, y'all. Because I really want to break down this and also one more thing. And if you paid attention to me over time, you know that I have mentioned these on the channel, right? So give me one moment, y'all. One moment, please. Okay. All right, here we go. Is it sharing? Yes, it is. Okay, let's get back to it right here, right? Okay. So we talked about all that there. Now let's keep going. The series will turn the card game into a larger-than-life competition for 4 teams vying to become the ultimate Uno champion. It will feature artist participation, over-the-top physical challenges, and trivia, right? So you have the red team, the yellow team, the green team, and the blue team, right? The card game, developed in 1971 by Mel Robbins, sees players compete to become the first to score 500 points, achieved over several rounds by being the first one to play off one's own cards and scoring points from those of your rivals. Each deck of cards consists of red, yellow, green, and blue cards, as well as wild and wild draw 4 cards. The game is celebrating its 50th anniversary next year. Ben Silverman, Howard T. Owens, and Greg Lipstone of Propgate, which produces series such as Chopped and Running Wild with Bear Grylls, will executive produce alongside Quinn, who's in charge of the long-running daytime game show Let's Make a Deal. Uno is the most popular game in the world. It's a fixture in pop culture, making it the ideal franchise to build a reality game show around, said Adam Bonnet, executive producer of Mattel Television, who is leading the development project for Mattel. Ben, Howard, Greg, and John have deep expertise in unscripted content, are perfect partners to help us transform Uno into a television series for the whole family. Added Silverman and Owens, Uno is a beloved game that has been entertaining people worldwide for generations. We are excited to team with Mattel and John Quinn to translate the game for television, and think Uno the Game Show will be the perfect family viewing. So there is that there. Now, I'm gonna do something live, if you don't mind, right? So give me a moment, because I do like the concept, right, of 4 teams going at. Now, of course, maybe a Uno house competition where you have physical challenges, or better yet, Uno camp. Right now, I know what you're thinking. Where would they do this at, right? I'm so glad you asked. I am so glad that you asked. So there's this club called Club Getaway, right? So imagine, if you will, that you have 4 teams of 5. You got 10 men, 10 women. They're all trying to find love, right? And they go to Uno camp, right? Which is at Club Getaway, which is a all-inclusive weekend. They have 300 acres, right? I'm trying to bring it up as you guys can tell, It's Club Getaway. There we go. So here is Club Getaway, right? So imagine Uno camp where they can do challenges for the red team, the yellow team, the green team, and the blue team, right? And the winning team wins like $1 million. That's very easy to do Uno camp as a show. And actually, if they did do that, I would actually go on Uno camp, right? But I'm going to do a concept a little bit differently, right? Live. So give me one moment, right? Give me one moment, because for me, it's all about making sure that we are doing something different, right? And what I'm about to pitch to y'all live, I don't think Mattel will ever do this, because like they said, Uno is such a family game. Although Uno is black people's game, I will definitely say that. If you don't know how to play spades, you better know how to play Uno. Okay, so just want to say that. But I'm going to do something a little bit different here. Okay, so here we go. Let's do this. New chat. Here we go. So create all this right here and logistics plan for Uno, the best card dating show where one bachelor or bachelorette has 20 singles based on the Uno colors, red, yellow, green, and blue. Better yet, and the wild card. So that would be 25 singles, right? Plus the wild card. Each single will be based on what traits they have and their personality. Make sure I spelled that right. Personality. With 1-on-1 dates, 2-on-1 dates, group dates, group activities. Let's not use for activities. Activities. Okay. Okay, sorry, y'all. To see the singles out of the house, right? Weekly parties. And this is a legitimate idea I'm doing live right now with y'all. P-A-R-T. Parties. Okay. Plus more reality dating competition It is the game that you know and love, but can that same game help you find love? Okay, you ready for this? All right. All right, here we go. This is done live, y'all. I am not joking with y'all. I literally just came up with this. Now, like I said, I don't think Mattel would actually do this show because, for one, I think that this is too dangerous of a show. But I do believe that this would flip everything you know about Uno on its head. You ready? Here we go. Uno, the best card. Reality Dane competition series. Tagline is the game you know and love, but can the same game help you find love? The core premise, one eligible bachelor or bachelorette enters the Uno house with 25 singles. Each contestant is represented by Uno card identity based on their personality, dating style, values, strengths, flaws, and relationship traits. Across dating, challenges, parties, eliminations, and unexpected Uno twists, the lead must figure out which card is their perfect match. The show combines dating, reality TV, competition, social strategy, comedy, personality-driven storytelling, while using the recognizable language of Uno to create its own entertainment universe. So here is the brand plan. Brand name, Uno, the best card. Alternative branding, Uno, the best card. Can you find your match? Brand promise, Uno has always been about knowing which card to play. This time the card is a person. The show transforms familiar Uno mechanics into a dating ecosystem where every contestant has a role, every day has a purpose, and every decision can change the game. Brand positioning. Uno, the best card, is positioned as a dating competition, a personality experiment, a social strategy game, a romantic reality series, a pop culture entertainment franchise, and an extension of the Uno brand beyond the tabletop. The goal isn't simply who will get the final rose. It's who is the best card for you. So that's number one, right? So then you have the Uno house, right? The entire season takes place around a highly designed Uno house, or basically, it really wouldn't be the Uno house, but these 25 people will be based on the color of the Uno card that they relate to, right? So the red house represents passion, confidence, romance, ambition, intensity, and leadership. Red contestants tend to be bold, expressive, and emotionally driven. Yellow house represents humor, optimism, energy, social personality, adventure, spontaneity. Yellow contestants are the life of the party. Greenhouse represents stability, loyalty, growth, patience, family, emotional maturity. Green contestants may be the strongest long-term relationship candidates. Blue house represents intelligence, calmness, communication, thoughtfulness, creativity, emotional depth. Blue contestants are often analytical and introspective. And wild cards, the wild contestants are the unpredictable ones. They could be extremely adaptable, hard to categorize, multidimensional, unconventional, rebellious, extremely charismatic. The wild cards don't necessarily play by the same rules as everybody else. So do you see how I took the game of Uno and just made a dating show out? That's basically entertainment marketing. Like I said, Mattel, I don't think they would do this. But then again, we don't know, right? We do not know. Because Mattel, they're coming out with Mashbox the movie, where these people called the Mashbox gang, they have to steal a nuclear warhead in order to get back to their lives. So that is dealing with some adult themes, right? So who knows, right? Let's keep going. The 25 singles are introduced. The 25 singles are simply introduced as contestant 1 through 25. Each person receives an Uno identity. For example, red 7, the romantic; red 9, the go-getter; red 3, the passionate one. Now, of course, all these people have names, right? We would just assign them with, the card, right? So imagine, your face in a Uno card. And so, there's 25 cards, right, down on the table, and they pick up a Uno card. Will you continue this journey with me, right? So it's flipping The Bachelor and bringing Uno into dating, right? So, red 9, the go-getter, red 3, the passionate one, yellow 5, the chameleon, yellow 8, the social butterfly, yellow 2, the adventurer. Yellow 2, the adventurer, green 6, the caretaker, green 9, the loyal one, green 4, the family person, blue 7, the intellectual, blue 2, the deep thinker, blue 9, the creative, wild, the mystery, wild, the free spirit, wild, the unpredictable. The contestant's card becomes part of their identity throughout the season. The lead at the center is one lead is at the center rather is one bachelor or bachelorette, but unlike traditional dating shows, the contestant doesn't know everything about the contestants immediately. Their personalities have to be discovered through gameplay and relationships. The lead's journey becomes attraction, compatibility, trust, conflict, discovery, and commitment. The game plan the season operates around the concept know your cards. Every week presents different opportunities to learn about the contestant. Weekly structure. Monday, the card draw. The lead receives the week's first Uno card draw. This determines the unexpected element of the week's game. Example, someone chooses for a date, swap date partners, send 2 contestants on a date, protect someone from elimination, force 2 contestants to work together, reveal contestant secret, change the elimination rules, right? So then Tuesday, the lead selects one contestant for an intimate date. Now, here's the cool thing. The lead will work with the producers to create the dates, right? But then after that, the bachelor or bachelorette will choose from a red, yellow, green, or blue, or a wild card date. You get where I'm going here? Yes. Tuesday, the one-on-one date. The lead selects one contestant for an intimate date, potential dates, cooking, concert, road trip, amusement park, art experience, sports, beach, luxury dinner, adventure activity, childhood inspired experience. At the end, the Uno date card. The lead decides keep playing or draw again. 2-on-1 dates, right? 2-on-1 dates compete for the lead's attention, but the twist is that the objective isn't necessarily to beat the other person. They may have to demonstrate communication, compatibility, teamwork, conflict resolution, trust, humor. The lead eventually chooses share my card or draw again. Group dates. Group dates allow the lead to see contestants outside romantic situations. So, for some examples, Uno cook-off. Teams create dinner for the house. Uno Olympics. Physical mental competitions. Uno game night. Contestants compete in giant versions of Uno. The compatibility challenge. Contestants answer questions about relationship. Family day. Contestants interact with family and loved ones. Creativity challenge. Contestants build something representing their ideal relationship. Now, out of the house activities, one of the show's biggest differentiators is should be showing the contestants living real life together, right? So most of the time on dating shows, you really don't get to see the contestants actually hang out with each other, right? So this would be a part of the show. The show can send groups into the real world for volunteer projects, sports games, concerts, food festivals, theme parks, museums, bowling, karaoke, beach trips, cooking classes, community events, travel weekends, cultural experiences. This answers a very important question. Who are these people, and they are not competing for someone's attention? So the weekly Uno party, every episode builds toward the Uno party. The party becomes the social epicenter of the episode. There can be DJs, mocktails, cocktails, performances, dancing, games, private conversations, confrontations, and surprise cards. Most importantly, the wild card moment. At some point during the party, production introduces an unexpected twist. The wild card. The wild card is the show's biggest game mechanic. It can completely change the trajectory of the competition. Examples: wild date, the lead must take someone that they haven't dated yet. Wild swap, 2 contestants switch date groups. Wild save, the lead can save someone who would otherwise leave. A wild question, the contestant gets to ask the lead anything. Wild choice, the lead must eliminate one contestant immediately. Wild weekend, the lead and several contestants leave the house for a surprise trip. The audience never knows exactly when the wild card will appear. Oh no! This becomes the show's signature moment. A contestant can yell, "Oh no!" when they believe they have discovered a major romantic connection. I think I found my person. Oh no! This could trigger a special private conversation with the lead. It can become both a gameplay mechanic and a cultural catchphrase. The elimination system, instead of simply copying the rose ceremony, create the Uno reveal. The lead stands in front of the remaining contestants. Each contestant card appears on a giant digital Uno billboard. The lead chooses the cards they want to continue playing. They're still in. Their car stays on the board. Draw again. The contestant is eliminated, right? Eventually, the board becomes smaller and smaller. 25 cards down to 15, down to 7, down to 5, down to 5. 25 cards down to 15, then to 10, then to 7, then to 5, then to 3, then to 2, then to 1. The final three receive the final date card. Each finalist gets a major date designed around their relationship. One night might involve family, travel, adventure, career, future planning, and romance. The league must determine who really fits into my life. The final two receive the ultimate Uno date. They spend the entire day with the lead. No competitions, no games, no twists, just conversation. Question becomes, if there were no game, would I still choose you? The final card at the finale, the lead chooses their best card instead of, will you accept this role? The iconic question becomes, will you be my best card? The finalist receives a custom Uno-inspired relationship card. This is all entertainment marketing is, guys. I'm literally doing this live in real time to just show you that what Hollywood is doing, what brands are doing, is actually expanding Hollywood in real time, right? The marketing campaign should make the show feel much bigger than a traditional dating reality show. Campaign theme play for love, supporting messaging, find your match, choose your card, play your heart out. Love is a wild card. What's your card? Don't just play the game, find someone to play life with. Launch campaign phase 1, what is your card? Before reveal contestants, launch social quizzes rather. Fans answer questions like what's your dating personality? At the end, you're a blue 7. This creates immediate participation. Phase 2, meet the cards. Release contestants one at a time. Example, name and their card. Red 7, the romantic. 29, Atlanta. Falls hard, loves harder than. Name. Yellow 4, the comedian. 31, Chicago. If you don't laugh, you don't last. Social media plan. The social media strategy should make viewers feel like they're playing along with the show. So TikTok content in contestant introductions, day and advice, funny house moments, who's your card, green flag, yellow flag debates, so green card, red card debates, wild card challenges, date reactions, your predictions. Instagram, contestant cards, behind the scenes date, photography, polls, reels, stories, meme content. YouTube, create Uno the best card after the draw, a digital companion show featuring deleted scenes, contestant interviews, extended dates, behind the scenes footage, producer interviews, relationship updates, and maybe a house tour. Just saying. Of course, on Twitter, live conversation during the updates, during the episodes rather. There will be updates on Twitter during the airing of the episode. Of course, that's what I meant to say. Hashtag Uno the best card. Fans can debate who should stay, who's playing games, who is genuine, who is the best card, who deserves another chance. Social media. Interactive features, build your own 25. Fans create their hypothetical cast. Pick your card. Users receive an Uno personality. Who would you choose? Fans choose between 2 contestants. Wild card alert. The show's official social channels announce unexpected twists. Favorite card of the week. Fans vote for their favorite contestants. Marketing partnerships. The show could create partnerships across dating apps, dating relationship platforms, restaurants, date night promotions, travel, brands, destination dates, fashion, contestant looks, beauty, grooming and beauty partnerships, food and beverage, Uno party integrations, music, arts performing Uno parties, gaming, interactive Uno digital experiences, entertainment, movie theaters, theme parks, and live entertainment venues. Imagine watching Uno the best card at Cinemark, right, every week. So the just explain the production format. Season 1, 25 singles, 1 bachelor/bachelorette, 10 to 12 episodes, 60 to 90-minute episodes, 1 primary location, multiple off-site locations, weekly eliminations, reunion finale special. Production campus, the production location should contain the main Uno house, bedroom areas, kitchen, living room, confessional rooms, pool, outdoor lounge, and party space. Color zones: red room, yellow room, green room, blue room, wild room. Each room should visually represent its personality, right? But the bachelor or bachelorette, they live in their own place. Okay. Confessionals. Each contestant receives a private card room. The card room allows contestants to speak directly to the audience, and it would just be all Uno cards lit up in LED light and everything. It would be really, really cool. The visual design changes according to their card color, or it could be LED lights behind them, right? So if it's a red card, it will be red lights, yellow lights, green lights, blue lights, or it would be rainbow for white, right? The confessionals become essential to the storytelling because contestants reveal who they like, who they dislike, who they're attracted to, their strategy, their fears, their relationship history, their predictions. Production team, core departments, executive producers, showrunner, casting, story producers, film producers, directors, camera operators, audio, line, art department, wardrobe, hair and makeup, challenge, production, transportation, security, legal standards and practices, mental health and wellness support, post-production, social media, digital production, brand partnerships, contestant care. Because this is a day competition, contestant welfare needs to be treated as a major production priority. Provide pre-production screening, clear rules, relationship and day expectations, confidentiality protocols, access to mental health professionals, private communication opportunities, rest periods, medical support, transportation, security, post-show support. The goal is to create dramatic television without manufacturing unnecessary emotional harm. And something that I'm a big believer in is that if somebody is giving up 7 to 8 weeks, everybody has a limit up to $5,000 for their bills to be paid, and production pays for their apartment, their housing, their water, lights, and gas, car note, all that stuff, because it doesn't make sense for them to quit their job to come on a show where they could not make it, right? So at least they have something to go back to at the end of it all, right? Episode engine. A typical episode could run Act 1, the draw, a new Uno mechanic is introduced. Act 2, the day one-on-one or group day. Act 3, the house contestants react. Act 4, the wild card, something unexpected changes the game. Act 5, the Uno party, relationships collide. Act 6, the Uno reveal, contestants learn who stays. And then Act 7 next week, a major cliffhanger, right? Season arc, episodes 1 and 2, the deck is dealt. 25 contestants arrive. Episodes 3 and 4, choose your card. The lead begins identifying genuine connections. Episodes 5 and 6, wild cards, unexpected contestants emerge as serious contenders. Episodes 7 and 8, playing with hearts, relationships become more serious. Episodes 9 and 10, the final draw, the final 5 becomes the final 3. Finale, the best card, one person wins, leads heart. Of course, there would be the men tell all, the women tell all specials, of course, but the reunion special, after the finale, Uno, after the draw, the cast reunites. Topics include biggest romances, biggest conflicts, or shocking wild cards, behind the scenes moments, where relationship stands, fan questions, unseen footage, and then where are they now? Show which couples stay together, or if the couple stay together. Revenue plan. Revenue opportunities include advertising, traditional commercial inventory, sponsorships, Uno compatible brand integrations, product licensing, Uno clothing, cards, games, collectibles, home products, dating merchandise, digital, sponsored social content, streaming, international distribution, live events, Uno the best card live, experiential pop-up Uno dating experiences, consumer products, what's your card, personality, merchandise, the biggest brand extension, the ultimate opportunity is turning the television series into an actual dating experience. Find your card, an interactive digital dating platform that could allow people to discover their Uno personality and meet people with compatible personalities. For example, red and blue can indicate high passion, strong communication. Green and yellow can indicate stability and adventure, while wild can indicate absolute chaos. The television series then becomes the entertainment layer of a broader Uno dating universe. The cultural hook, the genius of the concept is that everyone already understands Uno. People understand draw, skip, reverse, wild, and Uno, right? And those can also be mechanics in this dating competition, right? This reality dating competition, rather. Now, those concepts become relationship metaphors. Someone ghosts you, skip. Someone comes back into your life, reverse. Your relationship suddenly changes, wild card. You're dating multiple people. You're playing the deck. You finally find your person, Uno. The show's core question. Every episode should ultimately return to one question. Are you playing the game, or are you actually falling in love? Because that's what separates Uno, the best card, from a conventional dating show. It's not about who is attractive. It's about who communicates, who listens, who has chemistry, who can handle conflict, who can have fun, who can build trust, who fits into the lead's life, and who's actually playing for love. The franchise version, if successful, Uno, the best card, could evolve into an entire entertainment franchise. Uno, the best card, the flagship dating competition. Uno after the draw reunion talk show. Uno find your card interactive dating experience. Uno the best card live dating and game show. Uno the best card in international, localized international editions. Uno singles, a spin-off focus on former contestants. Uno Wild, okay, celebrity influencer dating special. Uno the best card interactive game experience. The 1 cent pitch. Uno the best card, right? Takes the world's most recognizable card game and turns it into a dating competition where 25 singles compete for one person's heart. But when every contestant has a different personality, every date is a new play, and anyone can become a wild card. The ultimate question is, can the game you know and love actually help you find love? The brand mantra: play the game, play with your heart, find your best card. Now that is a show I would host. That is a show I would go on as a contestant. That is a show I would love to be the bachelor of. That is entertainment marketing, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's continue on here. Family Blend will live on YouTube and TikTok as a textbook example of how increasingly brands and their in-house teams are chasing every marketer's holy grail: authenticity and taste, because they want specifically the founder's taste, said Grazer of what brands are looking for. Because we make moves that inspire people, they are designed to inspire people. All of them go beyond the 30-second ad to become bona fide stories in their own right. We have this philosophy that I've been bringing over here to Kraft Heinz, and I call it marketing that happens. And it's really understanding how brands live beyond the walls of paid media, said Kraft Heinz Kaplan. Paid media is great. You can still buy a great TV spot, or you can still do an ad here or there, but it's how you can create organic conversations that are really opt-in from consumers and things that people want to share with their friends. So there is Family Blend there. We're Francesca Scorsese and Mars Scorsese there. And then right here, Timothy Chalamet, the campaign for prediction market Kashi right there. Okay. And then of course, Duncan, okay, you got all the 90s bros from back in the day in this commercial. That was very, very cool. Alfonso Ribeiro, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Jason Alexander, Seinfeld, and Lil White, Family Matters, Ben Affleck, The Will Hunting, Matthew LeBlanc, Friends for a nostalgic-driven Super Bowl ad, right? Star Power helps A-listers from Ben Affleck, Duncan to Timothy Chalamet, Kashi are happy to work with brands too, and eager in many cases to play an active part in the creative process. Affleck, for example, has directed ads for Duncan and Stella Artois, whose company Arts Equity, and has found branded content to be a pivotal part of its business, working with stars like David Beckham and Jennifer Ashton, in the process to tell those stories. What has shifted for us for the first time, celebrities or talent see that brand advertising on market can be brand accredited, not brand fluid, says Dewey. Indeed, it wasn't that long ago that big stars would limit their commercial work to foreign countries like Japan, lest they degrade their reputation stateside. Having been on the marketing side and managing traditional creatives, you can see why talent was skeptical of doing advertising, because it used to be a dirty little secret or something you can do for money, says Dewey. But the ground has shifted significantly in the past few years. Sophisticated agents realize that it's not about a monetary transaction, says Anderson. It's great to see a celebrity's face on a billboard promoting next TV show, but it doesn't matter if that billboard advertising is if that billboard's advertising on a car, rather. Sometimes it can even be about getting a positive message across. Matt Damon was having a hard time breaking through. Not exactly a normal state of affairs for the Aussie actor. Alongside his acting work, Damon 2009 co-founded the charity water.org, which seeks to provide clean drinking water to people and communities throughout the world where it is scarce. The work of his charity never quite traveled as far in culture as the work he does on screen. We thought it was hard 17 years ago. It's only becoming harder, laments Damon, speaking with Hollywood Report in a well-appointed co-working space in New York's Flatiron District in June. So how does an A-list actor help his charity brand stand out in a cluttered environment? How about turning to rap? Damon created an alter ego. The Nomad is Damon spelled backwards. Oh, okay. Very cool. Yes, indeed. He released an original song in a video meant to catch people's attention, drawing millions of views across platforms. Sorry about that, y'all. Let's see here. Sorry, y'all. good. We are good, y'all. Sorry, I just had to check on something. Okay, let's keep going, y'all. Sorry about that there. Okay. Where were we? Yes, right here. Okay. Water.org, is not a Fortune 500 company, but in a world where every brand is in a desperate hunt for fractured consumer attention, even it needs to think about the entertainment value of what it puts out into the world. The nomad thing, which is a silly idea that we all agreed was silly enough that it might actually work and get a little attention. Damon says it's all about trying to find these different access points for people to understand that this is a problem. So there is Matt Damon in the studio there with Hit Boy, right? For any company or even a charity, being relevant in online chatter is actually a critical part of their overall communication strategies. United Talent Agency has created what it calls its culture index, which is meant to demonstrate the cultural relevance of brands in the marketplace. Research underscores the extent to which brands have to be consistently thinking about how they can resonate, and that for Gen Z, an overwhelming majority expect brands to be culturally relevant or risk not being culturally relevant at all. A former network news producer who now works in marketing for a major company says that their team has been tasked with being more reactive to online chatter to keep their brand fresh, relevant, and trending. Just look at all the corporate CEO taste tests that took place after the CEO of McDonald's started a viral video trying out his company's new burger, a video that suggests a lack of enthusiasm for the product. And McDonald's is hiring a director for social media right now. Okay, all right. Just as a morning show producer may prep the anchors to discuss what's trending that day, brand studios want to be able to jump on those trends too. Sometimes, as with Damon intentionally or McDonald's unintentionally, they can even start those trends. Consider astronomer. A year ago, the data technology company was in a viral social media crisis after its CEO and another senior executive were caught on camera during the Kiss Cam at a Coldplay concert. So then the company, called Reynolds Maximum Effort, arguably the foremost expert in fast advertising, that's free advertising, streaming television advertising. In the days, the studio persuaded Gwyneth Paltrow to serve as the temporary spokesperson for the brand in a YouTube video that played off the moment, giving it a much needed win at a challenging time. We feel that the ultimate product we create is orange joy, and we're a little agnostic as to the method of delivery. Says Dewey. If it's film or TV, great. If it's marketing, great. Follow the money. Ad dollars keep flowing to social as TV, print, and radio continue to lose ground. So publishing negative 3.5%, direct mail negative 1.1%, audio negative 0.9%, television 0.8%, outdoor positively at 3.7%, other 5.2%, other digital 5.2%, search 9.3%, commerce 12%, and at the top is social at 13.9%. But at the heart of this new media world as a brand as studio is the dissemination of attention, and there is a generational shift going on in the workforce too. As Martin Lukowitz, Dean of the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication at Hofstra University, tells it, many of his students are finding that brands are now among the most eager employers, rounding off former students who landed jobs inside marketing departments across industries. American companies are desperately in search of storytellers, he says. They're not just writing press releases anymore. They're producing live events. They're producing live streams. They're creating long-form videos or video series or podcast series. So all of those skills of storytelling now populate the worlds of finance and manufacturing and trade, public policy, and politics itself. Any congressional leader has a media operation, right? So those skills are coming to play in some ways give our students more options rather than the prior generation had to use the skills that they are getting here. Third parties aren't being cut out. Of course, ad agencies and talent firms are still very much in the mix, but big brands now have in-house teams that can more effectively coordinate their efforts, just as production executives will work with filmmakers and production companies on a studio project. In fact, the growing trend has served as a lifeline for some independent production companies that have been able to also expand their sites with brand content, even as TV production declines, and feature films remain as challenging as ever to get made. Toro Racing presents Pit Stop tonight. Okay, so that is something very different there. I'm sure that, it is. Actually, you know what? Can we watch Pit Stop Tonight? And let's see here, right? Let's see here. Pit Stop Tonight. Let's see. All right, so here is Pit Stop Tonight. So here we go. Roll it.
Welcome to Pit Stop Tonight, a talk show where Team Toyota's biggest racers pull off the track and onto the couch. First talk show with the pit crew. Thank you.
I don't even know what sound a frog makes. Squawk? No, not squawk.
But on the show, I'm in the driver's seat.
Are those real worms though?
Yes.
It looks like they're racing. They're going the wrong way though. Oh yeah, there we go.
You'd think that this would feel more natural to me.
Oh!
But it does not.
Watch Pit Stop Tonight on Toyota USA's YouTube channel.
So there you go there. That is Pit Stop Tonight. As you can see, it is short form content at 10 minutes, but it keeps Toyota in the algorithm, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep going. Kareem Raza realized his news show was big time when he heard about the pit crew. The creator is best known for his YouTube series Subway Takes, which honestly could be, produced by Subway, right? The sub sandwich company, right? But for his latest project, he traded the Subway for a studio, a talk show called Pit Stop Tonight. The show, conceptualized by Toyota and produced by Portal A, was pitched to Rama and lives on the All Brands YouTube and social channels. The pit crew in question builds the set at the start of each episode in seconds, with occasional appearances along the way as Rama interviews Toyota racing drivers. I just thought that the creative was super dialed in and buttoned up, Rama says, and he's far from alone. Entertainment is a growth strategy, said Colin Rosenblum, a YouTube creator who stars with his co-host Samir Chaudhry and a Portal A produced travel adventure series for Lexus called Colin and Samir Start Over. So this is where they are traveling across country in a Lexus and talking about starting over in different areas of life, right? So very, very good idea there. But brands is also about the changing nature of advertising, which was once dominated by awesome graphics, but now is ruled by hard data. According to multiple brand and advertising sources, the push in recent years for more performance marketing, where specific outcomes like a product purchase are being measured, has led some brands to produce more content in more places. A video on Instagram or YouTube can simply deliver more measurable results than a TV ad. And I gotta give a shout out to Momentum TV, right? Momentum TV. Hey, Florence, good to see you. Momentum TV is from Ryan Reynolds, right? I think we all know about Momentum TV. Give me a moment here. Let me see if I can pull up. Momentum TV. Ryan. Hey, give me a moment, y'all. There we go. That's what I'm trying to find. Oh, Mountain. My bad. It's Mountain. Okay, so I just want to show y'all this here, right? So this is Mountain. My bad. I knew it started with, right? So I just want to show y'all this here. And I got to tell you, Ryan has definitely been a part of, Ryan Reynolds has definitely been at the forefront of entertainment marketing. So here is this here, right? Roll it.
Marketing can feel endless data, endless platform, endless decisions. But with Mountain Performance TV, any brand of any size can easily get their ad on TV. Isn't that right? CEO of Red Lobster, Damola Adamalakin.
That's right, Ryan. At Red Lobster, we need TV advertising that can scale, from local promotions to national campaigns like our Ultimate Spend Less Shrimp. With Mountain, we can do both.
Mountain lets you get your ad on streaming television quicker than it takes to get your cheesy Cheddar Bay biscuits. If that's enough shrimp, though, okay. All you do is choose your budget, your audience, your goals, and upload your creative. It's scalable, it's transparent, and we get it. Endless shrimp. Thank you.
It's not endless, but you will spend less.
Correct, but that is enough shrimp.
More shrimp, please.
Are you picking up this tab?
So that is how you do that there, right? So let's get back to this here. Let's see here. A video on Instagram or YouTube can simply deliver more measurable results than a TV ad, even as streamers and networks race to launch their own performance-driven measurement products to try and catch up. It's really about impact and penetration, and reach, says Granger. Short form can often have much wider reach and quicker, faster penetration instead of doing a long movie, right? That's a big reason brands are releasing their own original programming on platforms like YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok. If you see like a branded podcast, for example, that's why, right? So, for example, one of the things, now I'll tell this idea because I actually applied to be the social media manager for Lalo Tequila. Let me put it on the screen there, Lalo Tequila. So you know why I decided to make Lalo stand for? Lovers of Adventure and Lovers of Opportunity, right? So imagine the Lovers of Adventure, Lovers of Opportunity podcast where I am sitting down on a set, right? And I am literally, of course, you know, we would have a bartender, right? Making cocktails and stuff, but literally, I'm sitting down with guests and we're drinking margaritas made with Lalo Tequila, talking about how they are a lover of adventure and they are a lover of opportunity while eating good food, you know, bringing in the fans, all that type of stuff. Actually, let me see something. Just want to see something. Give me one moment. I know I had. Because I want y'all to be able to understand that I've been ahead of the game for a long time with this. A long time with this. A long time with this, right? That's what I'm looking for. No. I'm trying to find like my images. Okay, see, because I knew that I made it. I've produced so many AI images. It is ridiculous. So it may take a minute. And honestly, y'all, I've created so many different concepts. It is so ridiculous. As soon as I see it, it's gonna pop out to me. Sorry, I just want to make sure that I'm getting y'all the right thing. as I look back at all of the AI pictures that I've created, it's like quite crazy how much I've created with AI. Like I said, AI should be a resource, not the source, everybody. AI should be a resource, not the source. AI should be a resource, not the source, everybody. Let me see. Did I do it in Gemini? No, I did not do that. Okay, I guess I gotta keep going here. Oh, here it is here. Here it is here. I'll show y'all right here. Here we go. So this is, right, I'll show you right here. This was the Lovers of Adventure podcast, right? So this would be the Lalo Tequila podcast. Now, this is just me taking the brand, finding the inch, and making a podcast around it. That is entertainment marketing, right? Okay, let's keep going. Let's see here. That's a big, oh yeah, I already read all that, but I'll read it again. That's a big reason brands release their own original programming on platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Major streaming services like Prime Video, Hulu, and HBO Max are also getting to the game, picking up brand-funded content like the Imagine Produced or backed and Ford-backed mockumentary John Bronco, which, you know, the Bronco vehicle from Ford. There you go. Which streamed on Hulu, or Dying to Know, a Google Pixel-backed travel series that lived on HBO Max alongside season 3 of White Lotus, exploring the sights and sounds of Thailand. You're starting to see more and more brands add value, and what we're starting to hear from the distribution side is there's more of a willingness not to have this just be. There's more of a willingness not to have that just be this background social content, says Anderson. Consider the recent horror comedy Dinks at Prime Video, a show that about conspicuous consumption featuring households without kids, double income, no kids. That's partially financed by Publix, presumably with plans for plenty of brand integration for its clients. Brands, Walter says, are developing slates in that. And that slate is going to include your digital footprint, your creative footprint, your social footprint, your product placement, your narrative integrations, and whether that's going to be on non-scripted or unscripted, scripted, digital, and so on. They'll have more of an opportunity now to be targeted in terms of the audiences that they're trying to reach, because you can be specific when you're doing it digitally. You can be obviously more broad when you're doing it theatrically, or when you're doing it in scripted TV or streaming, she adds. In some cases, brands are making a splash by releasing it everywhere all at once. Now, this is something that we talked about right here on the show. Right now, this came out January 16th, 2024. Chuck E. Cheese game show series in development with magical elves. Okay, here we go. So Chuck E. Cheese game show series in development with magical elves. Chuck E. Cheese Arcade Heroes will tap into nostalgia with physical competition for adults based on brands' iconic games. Now, this came out January 16th, 2024. Chuck E. Cheese, the #1 family entertainment company loved by generations, announced on that day a development partnership with Magical Elves, leading producer of award-winning nonfiction content, including Top Chef, Brain Games, and Nailed It, to create a game show series based on the brand's arcade experience. The series will leverage the global awareness of Chuck E. Cheese, tapping into a multi-generational fan base who has grown up with the brand. The format will feature standalone comedic physical challenges where duos of big kids, aka adults, will compete in oversized arcade games including pinball, air hockey, alley roller, and the human claw. Oh, the claw! Shout out to Toy Story fans out there. The top ticket earning duo will get the chance to exchange their tickets for prizes off the massive version of the iconic Chuck E. Cheese prize ball. With a legacy spanning over 4 decades, Chuck E. Cheese has been an integral part of the family experience for both kids and adults across the world, says Lisa McGlinnis. Vice President of Global Licensing, Media, and Branded Entertainment Development of Chuck E. Cheese. We are thrilled to be working with Magical Elves, whose deep expertise in unscripted content makes them the perfect partner to capture the wholesome, competitive spirit tied to childhood memories and transform the Chuck E. Cheese experience for television. Chuck E. Cheese is the place where a kid can be a kid, but as grown adults, we still have dreams of ruling the arcade, taking on the iconic games we love, says Magical Elves co-CEOs Joe Sharon and Casey Crowley. We are excited to celebrate these legendary arcade games, plus the best of today, all for supersized twists. The potential series is Chuck E. Cheese Entertainment's first entry into unscripted content and the most recent announcement for global licensing, media, and entertainment division. The new division has introduced several initiatives as Chuck E. Cheese expands its presence outside the four walls, including a licensed merchandise program and original character content. The project was brokered by Creative Arts Agency, right? So there is that there. Okay, so that is another. Oh, sorry, y'all couldn't see it. Damn it. Don't worry, I don't mind reading it again, okay? I just don't, because this is so cool. So here we go. Chuck E. Cheese series in development with Magical Elves, January 16, 2024. Chuck E. Cheese game show series in development with Magical Elves. Chuck E. Cheese Arcade Heroes will tap into nostalgia with physical competition for adults based on brand's iconic games. So on January 16, 2024, Chuck E. Cheese, the number one family entertainment company, loved by generations, announced on that day a development partnership with Magical Elves, leading producer of award-winning nonfiction content, including Top Chef Brain Games, and nailed it to create a game show series based on the brand's arcade experience. The series will leverage the global awareness of Chuck E. Cheese, tapping into a multi-generational fan base who has grown up with the brand. The format will feature standalone comedic physical challenges where duos of big kids, aka adults, will compete in oversized arcade games, including pinball, air hockey, alley roller, and the human claw. Oh, the claw. It's that good for reference. I had to do it twice. The top ticket earning duo will get the chance to exchange their tickets for prizes off the massive version of the iconic Chuck E. Cheese prize wall. With a legacy spanning over 4 decades, Chuck E. Cheese has been an integral part of the family experience for both kids and adults across the world, says Melissa McLinnis, VP, Vice President of Global Licensing, Media, and Branded Entertainment Development of Chuck E. Cheese. We are thrilled to be working with Magical Elves, whose deep expertise in unscripted content makes them perfect partner to capture the wholesome competitive spirit tied to childhood memories and transform the Chuck E. Cheese experience for television. Chuck E. Cheese is the place where a kid can be a kid, but as grown adults, we still have dreams of ruling the arcade, taking on the iconic games we love, says Magical Elves co-CEOs Joe Sharon and Casey Crowley. We are excited to celebrate the legendary arcade games, plus the best of today, all with a supersized twist. The potential series is Chuck E. Cheese Entertainment's first entry into unscripted content and the most recent announcement from the global licensing, media, and entertainment division. The new division has introduced several initiatives as Chuck E. Cheese expands its brand presence outside the four walls, including a licensed merchandise program and original character content. The project was brokered by Creative Arts Agency. Now, with that said, that is not all, okay? And we are going to do this in the fashion that we are going to do it in, because we also talked about this, but there is there's a way I want to bring this in, okay? All right, so there's a way I want to do this, so let's get to it. Here we go.
Did you ever wonder how Toys R Us and Jeffrey the Giraffe came to be? The son of a bike shop owner, Charles Lazarus, had a vision that would go on to change toy stores forever.
The greatest toy store there is. I don't wanna grow up, 'cause maybe if I did, I wouldn't be a Toys R
Toys R Us was the dream of Charles Lazarus. May all of your dreams come true too. And the dream continues on with the Toys R Us at every Macy's.
Now, you're probably wondering, well, Braylon, why in the world are you bringing up Toys R Us? For this reason right here, Toys R Us reality competition series in the works at Fox Entertainment Studios. This came out November 21st, 2024. Okay, here we go. So exclusive, Toys R Us is getting into the reality television business. The toy store is developing a competition series, Toys R Us Family Face Off, with Fox Alternative Entertainment. The company is working on the project via its Toys R Us Studios division. Branded Entertainment, ladies and gentlemen, entertainment marketing, has teamed up with Known Originals, which is behind Netflix Genius, a Kanye trilogy, and Amazon's McDonald's All-American Games, as well as the unscripted production arm of Fox Entertainment Studios. Also, too, there is supposed to be a original Toys R Us movie to be coming out very soon. We also covered that here on Braylon's Virtual Tour Live. The series will seek families competing at a larger-than-life toy store, Toys R Us, of course, and will integrate a range of nostalgic and popular trending toys and games from classic toy brands. Toys R Us, much like other toy brands such as Barbie owner Mattel and Dungeons & Dragons firm Hasbro, has been moving into the entertainment space over the last few years. There we go. Over the last few years, its studios division was responsible for an ad created using OpenAI Sora tool that went viral earlier this summer. The company filed bankruptcy in 2017, 2018, closing all of its stores in the United States by 2021, but via WHP Global, who opened a handful of flagship stores in recent years. The Toys R Us in Times Square needs to come back. Nobody cares about the Gap being there. Moving on. I did not ride the Ferris wheel, and I am sad, ashamed, and disgusted by Toys R Us behavior that they are still not there so I can fulfill that childhood dream. I am fine. Said no one ever. Let's continue on. The Toys R Us Studios president Kim Miller Oko will executive produce with Knowns, Brad Roth, and Ross Martin. United Talent Agency negotiated the deal on behalf of Toys R Us Studios and Known Originals. Toys R Us Family Face Off represents the evolution of the family-friendly competition genre, appealing to fans who love the iconic toys and games we all grew up with, and some new ones, said Alison Walsh, head of unscripted at Fox Entertainment Studios. Add to that, Toys R Us at the center of it all with large-like challenges that will integrate the world's most favorite toys and games. It will be an hour of fun for the whole family. Play is essential for everyone, no matter what age. It brings joy, fosters connection, and it's simply fun. That's why Toys R Us holds a special place in our hearts, added Miller Oko. This show will capture that magic, offering a nostalgic nod while being fresh dynamic rather than full of surprises. The name Toys R Us carries a deep cultural meaning, can inspire breakthrough storytelling for audiences of all ages, added Brad Roth, president of Known Originals. We are thrilled to partner with Toys R Us Studios and Fox Entertainment Studios, as together we create the future of brand-inspired entertainment in a remarkable way of how brands can work with Hollywood in new and exciting ways. Now, something else you need to know. There is a show, right? Or was a show on ABC called Toy Box, right? And we're going to use this clip from the Insider to look at this, but this was from Mattel as well. This was a real competition where if you're a toy inventor, you could pitch your toy, but the judges were actual kids, and the winner had their toy developed by Mattel and was sold at Toys R Us. All right, here we go.
Candy, guys! Yeah, talk about a sugar rush. Tonight, ABC premieres their new show, The Toy Box, where toy inventors face their ultimate critics, kids.
Yeah, exactly. Think of it like baby Shark Tank. I'm not even kidding. And who better to host this new competition series than everyone's favorite TV dad, Modern Family's Eric Stonestreet.
Welcome to the Toy Box, where the stakes are high and the judges are short.
You can expect to meet some interesting people that have a passion about toys.
There's more.
You push and twist, and inside
is a little baseball.
Toy makers vying for the opportunity of a lifetime, a contract with Mattel, present to 3 industry experts.
Thousands of toys have crossed my desk, and this is unlike anything I've ever seen.
Then they face the most discerning judging panel ever assembled.
Sometimes there's a bit of bickering in between the judges.
I know what I'm talking about.
And I know what I'm talking about.
Everything about it I didn't like.
The 4 kid judges, Alira, Toby, and Ellen's faves, Sophia, Grace, and Noah.
Roll off the tongue.
Noah, he brings a brutal honesty, a very, very brutal honesty.
In the end, one toy leaves proud, the others have nowhere to go.
You can expect to have some good fun laughs with the kids that are the judges who took their roles so very seriously.
In the end, only one thing matters. Are the kids having fun?
It's going to be good family fun viewing. I mean, I think it's going to be a show that parents are going to want to watch with their kids.
Those kids make Mr. Wonderful seem like a teddy bear.
Yeah, it's because kids will always tell you what's up, right?
Exactly, brutally honest.
So that was an actual show from Mattel, right? So back to our article, right? Here we go. In brands we trust, America's most respected brands, from Dawn dish soap to Colgate toothpaste, right? Dawn dish soap, 60%, right? Band-Aid is at, so Dawn dish soap, this is America's trust score, right? So Dawn dish soap is at 60.4. Band-Aid is at 59.4. Google's at 54.7. Dove is at 57.3. PayPal is at 57.3. The Weather Channel is at 56.9. Heinz Ketchup, which just did a huge deal with Disney Parks. If you missed that live stream, go back and watch it after this one, of course. Heinz Ketchup is at 56.4. UPS is at 56.3. Hershey's is at 56.1. Tied for that, 56.1 Kleenex. There was also a tie between Dove and PayPal. Excuse me, I completely skip PayPal. My bad. 57.3%, and then Colgate at 54.9%. Now, Dawn, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Now, for example, a Dawn dish soap game show would be very easy, right? Like 2 teams competing in wacky, wild, crazy challenges with Dawn dish soap. Right now, of course, it wouldn't be actual Dawn dish soap because this dish soap can get into your eye, right? So they would have to create basically water that is, blue tie-dye color, right? So there you go there. So that's an idea, right? So all these different ones can have a game show, a talk show, documentary series or documentary. It can be a movie, it can be a sitcom, it can be a drama. It's all about how can I put it? Does that brand, how can I put it? Is the vehicle that they're using the world of entertainment showcase the traits of that brand most authentically? Does the platform that the brand is utilizing showcase the traits of that brand in the most authentic fashion? Does the platform that they are utilizing showcase the traits of that brand in the most authentic fashion? Does the platform that brand showcase the brand's traits in the most authentic fashion to the consumer? That's it. That is literally it. In June, Nike gathered influencers, fashion journalists, and invited guests to its Midtown Manhattan office on a regulation basketball court that had been repurposed as a screening space. The apparel brand unveiled new fashion collaborations and debuted its ambitious World Cup brand campaign, one that included cameos from the likes of LeBron James, Travis Scott, Kim Kardashian, Channing Tatum, Young Miko, Lisa, and Jason Sudeikis as Ted Lasso, as well as soccer stars Cristiano Ronaldo, Kylian Mbappe, and Eric Haaland. While a version of the Hollywood-themed campaign ran on TV, it also spawned hundreds of mini pieces of content that continue the story across social platforms. Storytelling has helped build Nike for the last 50-something years, and this isn't a moment where we're going to say we're not making brands anymore or we're not telling stories, even though maybe consumer consumption of stories have changed, says Helena Thorin, Vice President of Global Brand Marketing at Nike. We just have to find new innovative ways to meet consumers where they are. There will always still be a place for us. There will also be a place in the world for us to have a really epic point of view in a moment in sport in sport that feels it's once in a lifetime, but we also have to be willing to find new pathways in. Even if a campaign starts its life on TV, inevitably it will live everywhere. That said, Hollywood and Madison Avenue are still not in the same business. Brand managers could write dense pitch decks about personality traits of a new cookie, and any content that comes out of it needs to abide by those brand rules. They still fundamentally speak two different languages. Hollywood's talent-driven, intellectual property, deal-driven, and story-driven says Dewey Madison Avenue is getting better, but not great at speaking that language. Ultimately, creators and chief marketing officers seem to agree that the genie is out the bottle. Brands need to be more ambitious in their content, forging direct relationships with consumers, and partnering with creative people in the process. By the way, personality traits of a brand new cookie. Can we not do an Oreo like bake-off on Food Network? What are we doing here? Let's stop it. Let's stop it. Let's stop it. And let's stop it. All right, moving on. Or even, you could do a sitcom, right, about a family bake shop, right, and they make cookies, and that's presented by Oreo. There's so many ways that you can do this, y'all. Let's see here. Just as the internet scrambled, the economics of media writ large is changing how everyone, be they brands, celebrities, creators, or Hollywood studios, commands people's attention. And so much of pop culture now lives online anyway. It's simply more than an actual place for brands to be. The pace that culture is evolving right now and changing is rapid, especially on the internet and driven by the internet. And creators know how to respond to the moment at a pace with the culture. And so it makes sense for brands to turn to people like us who have had years worth making and telling stories in a very short amount of time, and that responds to what's happening in culture, Roseboom says. Of course, even then, expectations need to be tempered, whether it's a sponsored White Lotus miniseries on HBO Max, a brand-funded series on Prime, or an original concept on YouTube. The truth is, entertainment is hard. It's hard for the best creators in the world to make a great TV show. I mean, well, y'all could just open up the door for more content creators like NBC and Russell did, where I was able to submit 14. Wait, let me see how my hands are looking here. Yeah, 14 different television show ideas. Moving on. Okay, all right, thank you so much. Says Anderson, that's the simple reality. So the idea that someone like Madison Avenue is just suddenly going to create the next big hit is not, it's just not super likely. But they may be selling inventory trying. So that is the article, and here is the cover with the Pillsbury Doughboy right there. So shout out to them. Now, there was also another show you guys may not know about. I actually reviewed this show. It's actually one of the few people, if not the only person that actually did a live review about the show. So just want to show you guys this here. Okay, here we go. And this is under fair use for the Copyright Act of 1976 for critique, commentary, or teaching. Okay, so just want to say that. Now, this show is called On Brand with Jimmy Fallon. Okay, I reviewed every single episode. Okay, live in real time. I would review the episode and also take on the challenge of the contestants and tell you what I would have done in the competition. Okay, here we go.
The next big idea is out there, and it could come from you. I love coming up with ideas. I love advertising. I love reality shows. So I've created a new business competition, and I'm opening the doors to a brand new agency for businesses. I can't even believe that this show is actually even happening and being made. It was just an idea that I had, and I wrote down, and I gave it to NBC, and they started developing it. And I said, who's a good co-host? And my wife goes, you should get Bozma from Real Housewives. And I wasn't caught up on Real Housewives. She's like, watch it, you're gonna love her. So I watched it, fell in love like America did. So I kind of begged Bozeman to come on and do the show because you legitimized the show for everybody.
I've worked at Netflix, at Uber, at PepsiCo, Endeavor. Woo, it's been a long journey. And I did it all in heels. Thank you.
I selected 10 creatives from all over the country, and I personally sent them a letter from me telling them that they got the job.
Dear Mahari, we would like to offer you a position at the On Brand agency.
I need Mahar because you need someone that's got style, and this guy is fashion.
Congratulations. You have shown creativity, enthusiasm, and out-of-the-box thinking.
I wanted Bianca because she knows what's happening with trends. I think she's going to be a fierce competitor.
Please report to the On Brand agency immediately.
BT is a party. He is fun, and he's going to bring that big Texas energy to the show.
I got the job.
It's time to get to work.
So for all of these 10, right, they basically took on different brands, right? And the winner of each challenge, right, they got to see their idea in real life. Okay? All right, let's keep going.
We take the show serious.
Yeah.
She has a reputation to uphold.
Yes.
So this is actually a real reality show with real stakes.
Not everyone gets the chance to face off in front of a CMO of a big brand.
And now we give them the shot. We brought them here to the On Brand agency where they will be battling it out to see who can come up with the most creative campaigns and who can earn the title of Innovator of the Year.
Wait a minute. Did y'all, well, hang on.
With the most creative campaigns and who can earn the title.
That's interesting. One more time.
To see who can come up with the most creative campaigns and who can earn the title.
Interesting. We're going to talk about Pillsbury here in just a minute.
Of Innovator of the Year, a title that comes with a $100,000 bonus.
That's crazy.
You're working with real brands. This is a huge.
Not to mention, right, not only did it come with a $100,000 bonus, but you also, right, got to be on the Tonight Show. Okay, you got a feature in Adweek, and they sent you to Cannes, France to network. Okay, this was a life-changing opportunity. I was ready to go on season 2 and be the first content creator ever to win. But of course, NBC did not renew the show. So I'm fine. I'm cool. It's all good. Let's continue on.
Huge opportunity.
And at the end of every episode, they will create an idea and a product that will be available in real life.
You guys are going to wrap a plane. Captain Morgan's campaign.
Duncan.
Yeah, the Captain Morgan campaign for the Super Bowl. And that campaign also had the prize of actual tickets to the Super Bowl. I know.
Available in real life.
You guys are going to wrap a plane.
So they had to figure out a way to talk about more leg room on Southwest. And the winner, which was Mahari in this episode, got the plane actually wrapped. Okay.
Captain Morgan's campaign.
Duncan.
And that commercial for I was about to say for Duncan was the Power Pail with Ryan, I believe, who won that. But with the Captain Morgan, not only did you win tickets to the Super Bowl, but your commercial actually got aired on national television during the Super Bowl.
Duncan's been around forever. We're spending millions of dollars on this.
Millions. I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you.
At the end of this campaign, we do need to let someone.
Now, this was, trying to get a new cold brew drink. And Bianca, she cheated to win, but she did win, and her drink was in Sonic across the country, right? Then you had KitchenAid with Jennifer Garner. You had, Therabody with Josh Allen, the husband of the one, the only Haley Steinfeld, okay, of Sinners fame. So this was a real deal schmeal competition that really allowed you to compete in front of real brands that are in our everyday lives, and the CMOs, or a representative from the company, actually got to engage with the contestants. They actually got to hear the pitches and everything in between.
End of this campaign, we do need to let someone go home.
Being a part of this moment, it just feels so significant. And I'm thinking.
You had Marshalls, okay? So Marshalls, they want to figure out a way to make their make their fashion relatable for different audiences. So
For the opportunity. I didn't realize that eliminations would be so tough.
Yeah.
You're making me emotional. All right, make it big, make it bold, authentic, and make it fun.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
That's an HR violation.
I don't even have words.
Good luck, and may the best idea win!
Wow, that was that there. That was On Brand with Jimmy Fallon. Now, we're going to talk about one of the episodes, and this was the Pillsbury episode, right? So I'm going to hit ask to sum it up for you guys here. Just give me a moment here. So here we go. So the contestants were tasked with creating a campaign, tagline, and interactive brand activation for the Pillsbury Doughboy. Piper, who was a contestant on the show, she had a concept for where the Doughboy lives, right? Because the Pillsbury Doughboy has been in our home for years, but we've never seen where he lives. So Piper actually created the Pillsbury Doughboy's house. Okay. Now, Bianca had a sensory dome where you can experience the different senses of what it means to engage and interact and, be one with Pillsbury's products, but it didn't really have any storytelling, right? So here is this here. Now, I had a pitch called Bake Up the Win, right? And we're going to listen to that right now. So give me a moment here as we get to that. That's cool. I'm going to definitely take a screenshot of that because that looks amazing. It seems like it is very cool meditation. I'm sure they have a book too of how you can, do it for, each part of this. This is why I love social media. You can find. Yes, we are taking time. That was very cool. Shout out to pandadrum.com. You can get 60% off your order. I am putting myself in every single episode of what I would have done. So this is what I thought of. My campaign is Bake Up the Win.
I watched a compliance inspector drop one of our units into a bowl of strawberries and cross his arms without saying a word. What came out of that water is the reason this batch is 70% off. Our Pure Pods got flagged instantly. We made a batch of devices that turned...
So yeah, this basically here, you put this in the water and then it cleans all the toxins and stuff. So GETPURE pod.com, right? So getpurepod.com. Very cool. Because you know how cinnamon rolls, croissants, and cookies and everything else, rises up, baking up the win. Tagline is, in order to win, be dough to play. Be down to play. So be dough basically, to play. This will be in partnership with Hasbro. So you have Connect 4. So you will have the Pillsbury Doughboy in the red and blue coins. So you'll be able to play that. And if you win, right, you get a Pillsbury Doughboy prize pack, right? That would be cool. Bop it with cooking sound, so it will be like a big bop it, so you'll hear. So it has a little bit of that ASMR, but it's more interactive than just sitting down with some headphones on your head, a tablet, and a beanbag, so you're actually engaging with it, right? And for that, because it's more about sensory, maybe you could get like a hoodie or a hat or a Stanley mug. You know what I mean? Now, Play-Doh. You're probably thinking, Braylon, what are you doing with Play-Doh? I'm so glad you asked. What are Pillsbury Doughboy's favorite colors? Blue and white, right? Because those are the logos of the Pillsbury logo, but does he have any other colors? And maybe there could be a Play-Doh art competition there. right? And so maybe you get like, I don't know, if we partner up with Crayola, maybe you get like a, Crayola coloring kit with exclusive colors from Pillsbury. So it'll be like a Pillsbury Doughboy edition of Crayola. So that's why I was thinking with that. Now, here's something fun. You ready for this? Twister Pillsbury edition. So imagine the Twister, Matt, having croissants and cinnamon rolls and different items of Pillsbury right on red cinnamon roll. Right? I know. How cool is that? So for that's a very music heavy thing, right? So imagine you being able to, I don't know, maybe get an exclusive download to a jingle from Pillsbury, right? So that would be cool. And then y'all know Jenga, that tall Jenga tower. Yeah, imagine you being able to play Jenga. You pull out a Jenga piece. It has a fun fact about the Pillsbury Doughboy. So in this Pillsbury Doughboy game day experience, you get to experience the Doughboy through all of these Hasbro games. Season 2, Braylon lead, Home Brand Agency. Okay, just saying. So once again, my idea: bake up the win. That's the campaign. The tagline: in order to win, beat dough to play. And then it would be a Pillsbury Doughboy game day experience with Connect 4, Bop It, Play-Doh, Twister, and Jenga. One more time. My idea would be bake up the win. That's the campaign. In order to win, beat dough to play. And then it would be a Pillsbury Doughboy, game day experience with Connect 4, Bop It, Play-Doh, Twister, and Jenga. Okay? So just keep it a buck, because that's what we do over here. Yeah. Yes, indeed. So the two accounts that was my idea. Right now, here's Piper's idea. So this was for his 60th birthday, right? So this came out literally last year. So to celebrate, right, you got to go inside the home of the Doughboy, right? So 2,358 square feet, Doughboy made modern dough house revival, complete with a giant oven, cozy living room, spacious yard, personal keepsakes. He's also inviting fans to take a little piece of his home with them tucked among the cookie sheets, dough, and cherished cookbooks. Fans will find his personal favorites. A curated mix of nostalgic and trendy home items available for purchase directly in the augmented reality experience, including the Pillsbury Doughboy cookie jar. The 1998 ceramic Pillsbury cookie jar was back for a limited time. I don't think it's back anymore, but here is the cookie jar. I think my mom actually had this. Okay, so as you can see, it's out of stock. Okay, but that is literally the cookie jar right there, right? So yes, they brought that back. Yes, indeed. Back for a limited time, reimagined in all of its nostalgic glory. Stash your favorite Pillsbury baked goods in style with the Doughboy signature charm. Holiday Pillsbury shaped cookie slippers. Put your feet up and enjoy the warmth of a fresh baked treat. And these fleece-lined wonders featuring festive Christmas tree, snowman, and reindeer designs inspired by the fan favorite Pillsbury holiday shaped cookies. And then, of course, the holiday Pillsbury shaped cookie glass set. Dunk your favorite Pillsbury cookie into a glass of milk in these trendy glasses, also featuring the beloved holiday shaped cookies designs, right? Right here, to explore the Doughboy's home. I don't think the link works anymore, but to explore the Doughboy's home, find hidden surprises such as new recipes and historical fun facts in each room, and nab the limited edition collectibles from the comfort of your own kitchen. Simply visit doughplacelikeHome.com and scan any can of Pillsbury crescent rolls, biscuits, or cinnamon rolls to be transported into a Pillsbury paradise, right? So they do not have the unfortunately they do not have the home anymore, but no need to fear. Let me see if I can pull up their YouTube channel. Now, here is the video. Here, check this out. You ready? This is what we call advertising marketing. I hope Piper still has connection to General Mills because she did this beautifully. Here we go. This kitchen. Living room, and you guys saw that he is, let's go back here, 60 years old. So that was home of where the doughboy is. Now here is the photos right here from Zillow. Yes, Zillow, yes, that Zillow did a whole listing, right? And this was just so cool. I'm gonna read it all right here. Here we go. Welcome to the doughiest home in America, nestled right in the heart of the heartland, my hometown, Minneapolis, Minnesota. You welcomed me into your homes for 60 years. Now it's finally time for me to return the favor. Constructed entirely out of dough by my great dough father in 1965, the year I was born. This 2,358 square feet, one bedroom modern dough house revival is the epitome of comfy, cozy living. Each room greets you with a custom palette of doughboy white and Pillsbury blue, my two favorite colors. Savor breathtaking views of the surrounding forest through brown south-facing windows, and all that natural light is almost as nice as the oven light. Speaking of, at the center of the home is the chef's kitchen, which is Chef's Kiss, equipped with a giant oven for bigger bakes. My imagination runs wild every day with exciting new recipe ideas featuring bake up bigger biscuits, croissants, and cinnamon rolls. My living room's delightful charm, you see what happened there, makes it perfect for entertaining or relaxing. One thing you might not know about me is that after a long day of baking, there's nothing I love more than curling up with a cold glass of milk and cracking open one of my favorite doughy tails like the biscuit Aussie or Count of Monte Cristo. You see that twist there. Take the light as a biscuit flowing staircase upstairs. You'll find my fluffy primary bedroom where a built-in fireplace roars at 350 degrees on cold Minnesota nights. Your fireplace should not be doing that because you can die from 350 degrees, but it should be at decent. Let me see. How hot should a fireplace normally be in terms of degrees? Okay, so my bad, y'all. A normal wood burning fireplace reaches temperatures of 400 to 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit, but the ideal operating temperature for efficiency and safety is about 500 to 700 degrees. So he's almost there, right, to being very warm. Yes, indeed. My open concept wardrobe with showroom style shelving and recessed lighting is where I proudly display my fresh cravats. It's fancy for scarf, and daily steamed chef hats. My bedroom is probably my favorite room in the entire house, well, after the living room, or maybe my kitchen. A slide takes you down into the basement, which I converted into a 4DX home theater. Back in 2002, I like to call my dough cave. In addition to surround sound speakers, this home theater features another giant oven, so freshly baked cookies are always minutes away during movie nights. But what truly makes my house a home are the many memories I framed on each wall, like my first cookie, my first recipe, my first portrait, and my first Thanksgiving Day parade. Home can be anything: a person, a pet, a place, a feeling, or a friend. Just remember that whatever it is for you, there's no place like it. Take the augmented reality tour to turn magically your home into mine today. NoPlaceLikeHome.com. So here is the pictures of the home. And like I said, I've been covering branded content for quite a while. And it's really something. Of course, there is the legendary cookie jar right there. Yes, indeed, there. So I'm surprised they didn't make the mats available. Okay, Pillsbury, I think that was a missed opportunity to make the mats available. Just saying. Now, of course, you know, they do have Pillsbury cookbooks. It's been a while since I've seen one, but yes, they did make those. Of course, I think the magnets would have been cool as well. Of course, the Pillsbury cook set, you know, the cooking set, but also to the plate set, I think would have been cool as well. And there's that oven. You see the pictures along the wall there. Of course, the fridge there is full with Pillsbury Crocs. The table there, the inches there, and there is the movie theater. Okay, now I believe they could have recreated this in real life. That would have been so cool. And very nice home theater right there. Very, very nice. And then here is the bedroom. Y'all could have done the Pillsbury Doughboy, you know, furniture collection with the bedding and the couches. Okay, just saying. Maybe the fireplace also too. The fridge. But also too, let's go back. Okay, because you could have also done the table and chairs there. Now the oven, you could potentially get into that with Kenmore, right? You could find a good appliance manufacturer to create that. So you see all the opportunities I just found there. Yes, indeed. But yes, indeed. There, of course, the Pillsbury hat and the scarves, you could definitely sell those. The croissant pillow, of course, you could definitely sell those. And there is the fireplace right there. You could definitely do a Pillsbury fireplace for sale. Yeah, you could. You could. You absolutely could. Don't do that to me. And then here are the slippers right there. And that is the home there. So I wanted to showcase this to you all just to show you that entertainment marketing and branded content has been out here for a long time. That's why I titled this live, The Entertainmentommerence Era is here at Breakdown Townhall, because in order to if you understand the moves that are happening around you, you'll understand where you're seeing it from you. So with that being said, I'm going to turn on my camera now because we've done the whole show for over 2 hours. Yes, we have. We're going to take a little bit of a commercial break, and we'll be back with more right after this. We are live on board. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back right after this. Roll it, everybody.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Braylon got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean in, feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon got the soul to show you. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Hear the whispers in the city's hum. Echoes of stories where we're from. A beat, a step, a voice so clear. The pulse of us, it's all right here. We got soul, we got flavor. Every moment is a savior. Every experience is an overcomer. Turn it up, feel the glow, let the rhythm flow. Spotlight shining, we in the zone. This is the place where the culture's grown. Stories untold, now they're coming alive. Braylon got the vibe tonight. One thing to know and two things for sure. Higher is waiting and lower is available. But either way, we gotta go on tour. It's Braylon Lee's virtual tour, where the culture makes its move. Feel the love, feel the truth. This is us, this is you. From the unknown, the unembraced and more. This show, this brand, and the possibilities of what can be is all here for you. I'm just a kid from the rock, trying to be a rock for people, trying to make it best they can to become. Being moved as a creator of power to lift up all of us, not just a selective few. For the culture, by the culture, here we be. Braylon Lee, bringing life to your screen. Feel the soul, feel the truth. We're free, trust and belief. It's entertainment news done away with. Braylon Lee, spotlight sharp like a diamond shine. We see the stars, but the stories align. Deep in the soul where the heartbeats find. The pulse of the people redefining time. And just a pro tip, people have to earn the right to hear your story, but in addition to that, people have to earn the responsibility to be a part of it. Just because we are not seen by everybody doesn't mean we are not been seen by who needs to see us. Noise equals attention and sound equals purpose. Anybody can be a creator, but it takes a somebody to be an artist.
Beyond this gate, find gardens green and epic worlds to fill your dreams.
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
In Disney's 102-year history, there have been many defining moments and countless achievements. Today, we celebrate another thrilling moment, the creation of a spectacular new Disney theme park resort coming to Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is a place where heritage meets innovation, a place where we preserve our past while designing the future.
Bringing a Disney theme park resort to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi marks a historic milestone in our journey as a global family destination.
The 7th Disney theme park resort destination represents a new frontier in theme park ambitions. Our resort in Abu Dhabi will be the most advanced and interactive destination in our entire portfolio. The location of our park is incredibly unique. It's anchored by a beautiful waterfront, which will allow us to tell our stories in completely new ways. Ultimately, this project will be a celebration of what's possible when creativity and progress come together.
What we are creating with Disney in Abu Dhabi is a whole new world of imagination and experience that will inspire generations across the region and the world.
This collaboration represents a powerful fusion of Disney's unmatched legacy in storytelling and mirrors commitment to bringing world-class entertainment to our guests.
Abu Dhabi's vision for the future is to create a legacy for generations to come.
Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati. An oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment at this crossroads of the world. It will bring to life our timeless characters and stories in many new ways, becoming a source of joy and inspiration for the people of this vast region to enjoy for generations to come.
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician. General. Author. Ruler. Man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.
I'm loving it. McDonald's. I'm loving it. McDonald's. I'm loving it.
I love you that much. I tell you thrice. Welcome back into Braylon's virtual tour live. Glad to have all you here talking about the Entertainmentommerence era and how it is here. That's entertainment commerce put together as one. What if I told you that Caesar's Entertainment, that's right, Caesar's Palace, did some branded content, right? They did this in 1992. That's why I shout out to you, Jimmy Playroom, for this. Here we go.
From the entertainment jackpot capital of the world, Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the exciting new Prize Maximus Letter Perfect Game Show Caesar's Challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, Ahmad Rashad. Hello and hello.
Welcome to Las Vegas, and welcome to Caesar's Challenge. Now, this is a game show where you not only get a chance to win these beautiful prizes, but also this $45,000 Lincoln Mark 8. All right, now, Steve Day, let us meet our challengers.
Returning for his third day, having already won over $50,000 in prizes, including trips to Hawaii and Portugal, tickets to the Super Bowl, and a pair of jet skis, a honeymooner, and pet store owner. Here is Scott Gordon. Here's the beautician from Orlando, Florida. This is Laura Whitsett in Vegas, trying her luck. And from Los Angeles, an RTD bus driver and mother of three. Here's Leanna Nelson.
All right, Scott, you are our returning champion. Played very well the last couple of days. And you're on your honeymoon?
Yes, sir.
Spending it right here in Vegas, huh?
Trying to.
Is that the only thing you're spending here in Vegas?
No, unfortunately not.
All right, good luck to you. Leanna, you are a bus driver.
Right, RTD.
Really?
Yes.
How did you land in Las Vegas?
Well, we came up for a busman's holiday, if you will, a convention of bus drivers. Yeah.
A convention of, now, did you come up on the bus?
We did, and I drew the lot that said I got to drive the bus, so they gave me a bad time all the way up, and if I don't win, I'll get a bad time all the way back.
No.
Yeah.
And Laurel, you are from Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously a fan of the Orlando Magic.
Obviously, my good Lord.
Now, whomever of you wins the most dollars by the end of our game will not only have the opportunity to buy these beautiful prizes, but you'll also have the chance to face Caesar's Challenge and win this beautiful $45,000 Lincoln Mark 8.
Yeah, I know.
And
This was a game show at Caesar's Palace. Shout out to the Black Brother here for hosting the show. Now let's get some intel on Caesar's Challenge, right? By the way, shout out to Caesar's Palace celebrating their 60th anniversary, their 60th year in business, right? So Caesar's Challenge was a game show, right? Here we go. So this was recorded at the Circus Maximus Theater, right? Amit Rashad hosted the series in keeping with the theme of the show's location. He was assisted by a man dressed as a Roman gladiator. Dan Garty played the role for most of the show's run, with Chad Brown, Zach Ruby handling the earliest episodes before Cody joined the show. So here is the gameplay, right? 3 contestants compete in 3 rounds, attempting to solve scrambled words up to 9 letters in length that was displayed on stage. 9 letters in length that were displayed on an on-stage slot machine, because Caesars is known for gambling, right? Rashad asked a series of multiple-choice trivia questions for which any contestant could buzz in and answer. The correct response awarded money, allowed the contestants to place 1 letter in its correct position, and gave him or her 5 seconds to guess the word. If a contestant missed a question, either opponent could buzz in and try to steal. And a second miss gave the money, the letter, and the guess to the last contestant by default. Solving the word awarded additional money for each letter that had not yet been placed. Each word and series of questions fit a specific category, which was initially revealed to contestants before play began. Later, the category was shown only to the home audience, and Rashad did not disclose it to the contestants until after the word had been solved. Questions and unplaced letters were worth $100 in each in the first round, $200 in the second, and $300 in the third. 1 position in each word was designated as a lucky slot. If the contestant placed a letter there, it immediately solved the word. He or she won a bonus in addition to the money for the unplaced letters. The bonus, referred to as the instant jackpot, started at $500 each day, increased by this amount for every word in which it went unclaimed, and reset to $500 after it was won rather. 2 words were played in each of the first 2 rounds, 7-letter words in the first round, 8-letter words in the second, while the third round continued until time was called, with all words 9 letters in length. If a word was in progress at the end of the third round, lucky slot was removed from play, and the remaining letters were put in place one at a time until someone buzzed in and guessed the word, scoring $300 her unplaced layer. An incorrect guess locked the contestant out of the word. The time was called after a word was completed. One final word was played under the same rules. The high score became the day's champion and advanced to the bonus round. Additionally, the champion brought prizes with his or her accumulated money. Later, he or she received a prize package equivalent to the value of the cash total. The other two contestants received parting gifts, including dinner at Caesars, and tickets for one of the 10 line acts at the time. The event of a tie, one last speed-up word was played between the tie contestants to determine the winner. Now, here is, Caesar's challenge. In the bonus round, the champion was given the opportunity to win a new car. Or basically, you just won a brand new car. Shout out to those old school announcers. We love y'all so much. 2 different formats were used. First format, a giant rotating cage similar to a bingo calling machine was lowered from the ceiling. Inside were 200 plastic balls, each marked with a letter of the alphabet. One ball at a time was dispensed into a chute. Rashad's assistant called out its letter. A backstage computer kept track of the letters and searched for any valid non-letter words that could be formed from them. Once such a word was found in the drawing ended, the letters in the word were displayed to the champion in the order that they were drawn. He or she was allowed to place one letter in its correct position for every man gained victory up to that point. Then had 10 seconds to try and guess the word. Successfully doing so won the car. Champions remained on the show until they either won the car or was defeated in the main game, whichever came first. When Caesar's challenge first premiered, the letters were only drawn once the bonus round had started. To save time, the format later changed to begin the drawing just before the start of the final commercial break and complete once the show resumed. All drawn letters were shown to the champion and the audience. The second bonus format was introduced on November 22nd, 1993, and continued for the remainder of the run. The champion was shown 5 scrambled words, each a different length from 5 to 9 letters on a screen placed in front of the slot machine. He or she had 30 seconds to solve the word, starting with the shortest length and working upward by length. The current word was unscrambled one letter at a time until the champion solved it. No passing was allowed. The champion had to solve each word before moving on to the next, and there was no penalty for a wrong guess. He or she won the car for unscrambling all 5 words. Under this format, the champions remained on the show until either they won the car, lost the main game, or played the bonus round 3 times. Now, audience game. During the closing credits of each show, Rashad, his assistant, moved through the audience carrying a bowl filled with silver dollars, casino chips, and chocolate medallions wrapped in gold foil. They chose one audience member at a time to unscramble a 5-letter word. Each person did so was allowed to take one handful from the bowl, right? So there is that. How cool is that? So even Caesar's Palace, way, in the words of Chris Hansen back in the day, even did branded entertainment there. So goes to show you there is something new to learn every single day. Now I'm going to turn off my camera once again, or as I like to say, back off camera. Yes, indeed. So we'll chill out here for a little bit, and then we will read the Daily Motivator, and then we will head on out. Like I said, I had a lot of fun with this one, y'all. Not that I don't have fun with all of them, but, you know, when I saw this article, or this article, as I like to say, I really wanted to bring this to y'all because I just thought it was such a fascinating discussion of that branded entertainment is really on trend. And who's to say, right? Who's to say that Caesar's challenge may return, but this time maybe returning as a trivia game show. Now, I know what some of you are all thinking. Braylon, how could that be? How could that be? How could that be? That's a good question. Very good question. Yeah, I'm surprised Caesars has not done this. So there is something that you guys need to know here. And this is a real thing. No joke, no joke, no joke, no joke, no joke, no joke, no joke. So this right here, let me show y'all this here, because we always love to showcase our receipts. So this right here is Caesars Entertainment Studios, right? So Caesars Entertainment operates physical film and television production facilities in Las Vegas alongside branded live deal studios for online gaming. The term can refer to the physical Las Vegas production line or their expanded online casino live streaming studios. So the facility size is 48,000 square feet, a full service production space for television, movies, and esports. Capacities include high capacity power soundproofing ring rooms and production support spaces that also function as a customizable event venue. So here we go here. So Who Wants to Be a Millionaire actually filmed at Caesars Entertainment Studios in Las Vegas. That was when Chris Harrison actually did. And here is right here, Caesars Entertainment Studios on property at Caesars. By the way, you want to know something else? It could be an event space. You want to know something else? Hell's Kitchen in Las Vegas. When they did the Las Vegas edition of it, this was transformed into Hell's Kitchen. Okay. And there it is right there. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in Las Vegas right there. So they could absolutely bring back Caesars challenge, right? At Caesars Entertainment Studios in Las Vegas. So here we go. Here, this came out June 29th, 2017. So on that day, they announced the opening of Las Vegas, Nevada's first full-service production studio, Caesars Entertainment Studios, produced by Sidekick Productions, located in Las Vegas. The production studio offers the newest, most advanced production facility capable of housing full-scale television, movie, and esports production, all just short distance from Hollywood. So you have this here, just to show y'all this is all real, okay? So here is Caesar Entertainment Studios. That is the control room, and then that is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, right? So right here, as you can see here, 48,000 square feet of production space. The studio sits on 5 acres of land adjacent to Bally's Las Vegas, a Caesars Entertainment property. The soundstage is capable of hosting feature films, television shows, game shows, sitcoms. Didn't say anything about a late night talk show or a daytime talk show, but I'm sure it can do that too. Special events, concerts, and sports. Standout specifications and amenities of the new Caesars Entertainment Studios include 400-ton silent AC, 250 tons of silent heat, 10,000 amps of power, 3,500 square feet lobby, hair and makeup and wardrobe gold rooms, talent and VIP gold rooms, 24-hour security, and 250 dedicated parking spots, right? So right here, Caesars Entertainment Studios hosted the inaugural Year's Pro Circuit of Las Vegas, opened the city's most intense Xbox esports competition. Teams from around the world competed in head-to-head in Gears of War 4, the latest interactive video game developed by the Coalition and published by Microsoft Studios for Microsoft Windows and Xbox One. Caesars Entertainment Studios hosted approximately 1,000 viewers who saw firsthand inside the new facility. In a move intended to bring new production to Nevada, the state legislature recently passed a bill funding $10 million a year in film tax credits, an act that will help incentivize productions to utilize Caesar Entertainment Studios there. So, just to let you know that there is other things out there in the world. So there you go. All right. Back off camera once again. Like I said, I really do love being a nerd. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Like I said, I don't really know if they are still using that. I hope they are. And like I said, I think bringing back Caesar's Challenge as a game show from that studio would be amazing. Now, of course, they would need to figure out how to update for the modern day. I mean, take the show and bring back, unscrambling words, then okay, it's nostalgic, this, that, and third. But I would say more people probably know trivia than words, right? Because you already have Wheel of Fortune. That's their game, right? But yeah, so, just a little intel, something that you may not have known. So yes, indeed. There. Hey, one person, welcome in. Just chillaxing. Talked about the Entertainmentommerence era is here and broke down how branded entertainment and entertainment marketing have been moving ahead at a very, very fast pace in our society today. So, yes, indeed. So now we are just chillaxing here a little bit, and then we'll read the Daily Motivator and then head on out of here. But a very, very fun live. Like I said, I'll be off tomorrow unless there's something in the culture that needs to be talked about. If there's something that I want to talk about, right? By the way, shout out to Carmelo Anthony. I did see a notice that the judge has been recused because he cannot behave himself. He can't be responsible. This, that, and the third. So congratulations on that. In addition to that, we are still pushing for the truth for the one, the only Mr. Nolan Xavier Wells as well. So, yeah, still a lot going on in the world, and we are keeping up with all of it as much as we can. Of course, prayers up to Hawaii. There was a huge hurricane. I mean, it was huge. When I saw the footage, I'm just like, what the actual hell? They just got over the wildfires not too long ago. But yeah, shout out to Hawaii. Absolutely. So, like I said, just because I don't say everything doesn't mean I don't see everything, right? So, but yes, indeed. So, oh man. One person, hopefully your Wednesday is going well. Yes, indeed. Hopefully it is. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, like I said, if there's anything that I want y'all to take away from this is that brands and entertainment have always been around us. They are just evolving from ads. That's literally it. They're just evolving from ads, right? So, like, for example, you guys remember the show Knock Knock Live on Fox? You could easily do, lifts, Knock Knock Live. You could easily do DoorDashes, Knock Knock Live. Like, it would not be that hard, right? It's just finding the inch of a brand that relates to a format and then making a show out of that. It's literally not hard. Well, it's harder for some people than others. Me, on the other hand, I'm an actual genius, so I don't have those problems. Might take me a minute to figure out what's going on, but of course that's being human. But anyway. Yes, indeed. Here, we'll probably wrap up the show maybe at 3 hours and 5 minutes, probably. So. But yes, I definitely wanted to have this conversation with y'all. So hopefully you learned something new. Hopefully you have been inspired to, hey, maybe see what other brands out there could use some branded entertainment. Now, Mattel, okay, that Uno, the best card reality dang show competition, that showcase tonight as an example. Take that shit if you want to, okay? Listen, if y'all do that, I need to host the damn show. Okay, I promise you that. Listen, NBC could take that and it could shoot up to the highest heaven. Or maybe one of my 14 ideas is a dang competition, but I didn't submit that one. No, because when you submit an idea for a competition like the NBC Universal Launch Script Accelerator, it has to be an original idea. Now, you can say, like, hey, I think that this format could work with Mattel's Uno. And then, that's a backdoor way to say, hey, listen, we need content. Uno, make this happen, Right? So, there you go. Back off camera again. Just indeed there. Yes, indeed. We are just chillaxing, everybody. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Can't believe it's almost September, y'all. My lord. It will be 2027 before we all know it, y'all. Yes, indeed, it will. Then, of course, 2028, we're pushing for it. That's the final year that our long national nightmare will be over with. Praise be unto God. Y'all think it's falling apart at the seams now? Oh, wait till 2028. Oh, my God, Jesus. Everything will be done at the last minute to try to just cause more hell than the hell we're already in, which is a damn shame. Damn shame. A damn shame. All right, y'all, that is it for me. Let me get y'all the daily motivator, and then we will head on out of here. A great, great tour tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Here we go, everybody. Yes, indeed, yeah. There is no smaller package in all the world than that of a man all wrapped up in himself. William Sloane Coffin Jr. Well, I think that also goes for women too. Yes, indeed. Children get to be wrapped up in themselves. They're kids, okay? They ask to be here. They just try to live the best way they can. All right. It's time for a day motivator for Wednesday, August 29th, 2026. Beyond where it's comfortable. Make yourself comfortable, but not too comfortable. Enjoy life's comforts without becoming dependent on them. Constantly surround yourself with comfort puts you in danger and complacency. The more you feel entitled to comfort, the less motivated you become to take on transformative challenges. Comfort is nice, and that's nice rather, and that's the problem with overdoing it. Take care not to let comfort trap you and weaken you. Appreciate the comforts while pushing yourself to step out beyond them. Use your comfort zone as a place to re-energize rather than a place of permanent refuge. Life is full of great possibilities. To embrace them and fulfill them, you need to experience discomfort. Get out beyond where it's comfortable. That's when you enrich all of life, Ralph Moore. So let's talk about it, right? Beyond where it's comfortable. I truly believe everything that I have done in my life has always been from a place of comfort, the comfort of knowing things, the comfort in the security of not being afraid, and the comfortability of this makes sense to me. But if you stay in that place, you will never grow. My dad's always said, the day that you stop learning, you're done. The day you stop learning, you're done. The day you stop learning, you are absolutely done. And I am so thankful I do not have that mindset, right? Even with as much as I talk about media, if there is something new that I feel like could be helpful to me or helpful to y'all, I don't mind learning about it, right? I think some of us think that when we graduate high school, right, or we graduate college, that life is over in terms of learning. Learning is never over, right? Every day is a lesson. Okay. So believe me, the first thing I want to say to you is recognize you're always in a classroom, right? That's the first thing I want to say to y'all. The second thing I want to say to you is this. Take care not to let comfort trap you and weaken you. When you allow yourself to stay in a place of comfort, you will negate opportunities for you to be better. This whole live, I've done a 3-hour live stream on one article. Okay? On one article, right? So recognize that comfort can be a trap, right? And let comfort be a resting place, not your main place. Oh, let me say that again on camera. Let comfort be a resting place, not your main place. Let comfort be your resting place, not your main place. Let comfort be your resting place, not your main place. Okay, that right there was a word from the heavens. I hope you picked that up. And finally, the last thing I will say to you is life is full of great possibilities. To embrace them and fulfill them, you need to experience discomfort. Everybody in life is going to go through being Jonah in the well. Okay, my Jonah in the well story was being thrown away, cast aside, and everything in between unnecessarily to follow somebody who was a house trollop, a demon, a parasite, a virus, and really just a waste of life that should have been swallowed by their mother. Okay. But I'm glad that I went through that, because out of that, I had to force myself to not only learn what it is to keep going, but recognize that I am a force for, if nobody else, for my damn self. Amen, somebody. In Jesus' name. Yes. Amen. And with that being said, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you want more special, because you are always one of us. And trust, you may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be, doing what you've been chosen to do. Well, that's one thing to call yourself. It's nothing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I has been time with you. You has been time with me. And hopefully by spending time together, rise, be great together. And always remember, we're doing radio, television, YouTube, live your best life, or listen, the future of entertainment is not just how we see entertainment, but it's how we can connect to entertainment. By the way, I want to give a huge shout out to Marianne Wazinski. She is a good friend of mine and a mentor, formerly of Kent State. She has retired since then. But she let me know that my hidden gift was marketing and branding. I had no idea what she was talking about. I'm like, I do radio and television. But what she was trying to let me know was there's long money over there too. They use radio. They use TV. They use out of house. They use podcasting. They use billboards. They use magazines. Your gift will make room for you and put you before great men. Your gift will make room for you and put you before great men. Your gift will make room for you and put you before great men. Or for you to be put before great men, you have to be great for your damn self first. Amen, somebody. Amen. Always remember, or see love you gotta give it, or see love you gotta give it, or see love you gotta give it. Wherever obstacles you've overcome, where success you have achieved upon this particular day, I'm extremely proud of you. But no one else is proud of you. Be proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all listen. Sometimes in life, in order to get to where you need to be, you have to take a chance with yourself. There's a video from Steve Harvey called Jump. You need to watch it. Steve Harvey talks about how when you jump, your parachute's not going to open right away. It's not. So anytime you are doing a business, right? You're becoming a parent for the first time. You're in a new relationship. You're becoming a caretaker of your parents. Your parachute's not going to open right away in terms of knowing what to do. But the blessing is, eventually you will lock in and click in and be fully in tune with exactly what you need to be doing. And that's when your parachute opens right away. Watch that video. Some of you needed to jump a long time ago. And I know for some of your family and friends, you're like, why? They're like, why you keep going after this dream? Your parachute will never open if you don't jump. That's the gag. The longer you stay on the cliff, the longer your parachute will never be of use. Clock that. See, commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's come, for the blessings on the way for you, me, all of us, as a society, as a people, and as a culture. I feel the love. I'll send it right back to you. Good night, everybody. Love y'all. Bye.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Good evening. My name is Mark Woodbury. I'm the chairman and CEO of Universal Destinations and Experiences. Well, we're finally here. Tomorrow we begin a new chapter at Universal Orlando Resort as we open Epic Universe. We built this place for you. I want to thank you, our fans, for your love of our stories, characters, and immersive experiences that inspired this incredible place. Epic Universe represents over 8 years of meticulous planning, immense creativity, and innovation, combined with unmatched craftsmanship and operational excellence on the part of thousands of people who have brought to life the stories and characters that live beyond each of Epic's portals. But it represents so much more. Your love of Universal and the deep connections we've shared together here in Orlando over the past 30 years inspired us to dream bigger and to push the boundaries to create something extraordinary for you and for generations of fans and families to come. And tomorrow, as we open Epic Universe, I can't wait for you to experience this place for yourself. Now it's your turn to step inside, to lose yourself, and to share this place with the ones you love most. As we open this park, we hope your world becomes a little more epic. Tomorrow, Epic Universe becomes yours.
Are video games getting too expensive? This episode, we want to find some common ground because the CEOs want to raise the price even more.
Not with these broken-ass games.
$5 million. That's how much San Andreas costs to make. Is it their fault for selling or our fault for buying?
Corporations claim all this stuff. Devs say otherwise.
Sports gamers, cozy gamers, whatever you call the people who play Power Wash Simulator.
I think it stings a little bit more because I'm spending my actual money and my mom is not. Imagine they get rid of all movie theaters and then charge you the same price to watch the same movie at home.
That's like every streaming service. It doesn't have to be the longest of games, but am I having fun with it? This is Lex. I'm Ronell. Let's get right into it.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
I've been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend.
Braylon. Shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content.
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.
Power 923 Jams and the Arkansas Minority Health Commission encourages you to take the COVID-19 vaccine to help keep you and your loved ones safe. Involved in our community, the People Station, Power 923 Jams. KIPR Pine Bluff, Little Rock, KFOG, Little Rock, a Cumulus media station. And now, back to the jams. Hip-hop. Drake.
Girls want girls where I'm from. Yeah, well, girls want girls where
R&B. J. Howell.
Just 'cause I love you and you love me.
And now, bumping back-to-back continuous music with another fresh new jam. Heard here first on the People Station, Power 923 Jams.